Alright, and off they go in a sec. It shouldn't be that long. There we go.
Wow, that was pretty synced.
Yeah, until LordFluffy, like, he got caught on the table, I think.
Yeah, besides the move.
Yeah,
so yeah, as usual, we see Midos first. There's pretty much no reason not to go straight to Midos.
Yep, exactly.
A huge rupee makes early Deku really tempting.
Ooh.
Din's fire, too, wow. And what else do we got?
Ooh, free bunches.
Okay. So I know I'd be rushing right to Deku Tree with that, because you can buy all the stuff you need.
Yeah. Immediately go buy your shield, buy your sticks. I was gonna say, I think the only person we haven't seen go straight to Mido's house is Conditioner. I think he, in some of his seeds, has gone straight to Kokiri chest and then done Mido afterwards.
I'm pretty sure technically with movement that's faster. So if you plan to do both no matter what, you might as well do it first. And LordFluffy going straight into field.
Yeah.
You're gonna see open grotto, right to market. What are we gonna see?
Ooh.
We get to save. Icup gets to save and equip, because he'll have nuts. Start a Deku.
Yeah. So just all the useful items. I guess he would get nuts anyway in the tree, but you're right.
Yeah.
Saves the equip.
Yeah.
I usually never think about that kind of stuff, so
for money.
It's always nice. Backflips for money with 99 rupees in the wallet. Alright. LordFluffy heading straight for Castletown for his skull and his hints, probably. And the egg. I can't remember...
Egg Rush Valley, or is he just gonna wait it out?
I can't remember if LordFluffy does the Valley Egg Rush. If you're going straight for Castle at this time of day, like, not really paying attention to anything else.
Yeah, you need to do something with your time.
Yeah. Waiting around is just so terrible.
And it looks like Icup is opting for the early Deku play, which I'm a big fan of.
Yeah.
It's very hard for it to punish you, because it has to be a stone, have no items, and not be all dungeons.
Yeah.
If it has an item, a medallion, or is all dungeons, which are most seeds, one of those three at least, then it's worth it. Storm's an ice cavern. That's...
So, we could be seeing an ice cavern. It's not terrible, I mean, we do see a lot of ice caverns anyway, but...
The thing is, Well is locked behind Ice Cavern now, so it makes Ice a much better play because it's locking out an additional, like, dozen checks.
Yeah. Oh.
Kiri Forest Way the hero, who's surprised.
Oh.
Requiem on OT.
Dodongo's Cavern. So Temple of Time is... Temple of Time is barren. We got Kokiri Forest. And what was the other... Dodongo's?
Requiem is on OOT.
Okay, so Requiem on OOT isn't great.
And of course we're gonna probably see Spirit Temple Way the hero because that's just how it works.
Yeah. Child Spirit, of course. Okay, so we've got 2 Kokiri Forest Way of the Hints now, so we did see a Din's Fire out of Kokiri Forest. And with Song of Storms being an ice cavern, there is that one check that's in the grotto as well, so there is a chance that they will have to go to Ice Cavern to get one more item from Kokiri.
Ice is a statistically better play at this seed. LordFluffy not equipping the egg. But yeah, it looks like we're gonna see the egg rush route out of LordFluffy. I'm not sure how I feel about this route. I've never done it.
Yeah.
I say if you can't do the open grotto to the owl, your best bet is going open grotto, doing valley, and getting all the hints in lake, and then making the owl. Because that's very simple. I believe anyone could do that if they practice it a few times.
Yeah. Plus then you get your fishing out of the way as well. Ooh. I thought Icup was going to get tagged by the Skulltula again. It looks like he's not going to Gerudo Valley. He was just going over...
If he knows his time of day and it wants to burn a little bit of... Oh no, just gonna...
Yeah. I think he
He's
was
found
just...
some use for time.
Yeah, just going over and checking the grotto with one of his bomb chews.
Yeah, that's a good use of time. I like doing that. Because, that's probably what I'm going to expect from Icup. If you do early Deku, and then check that grotto, and then go to market, you're only waiting like 2 or 3 seconds.
You know. But who knows if Icup will want to save his bomb chew for something like more guaranteed. Like, there are a lot of checks in Dodongos that you need bombs for.
I've been screwed by that in this seed once. I used up all my bomb chews before doing the dongos, and there was just a bomb bag there. And it's just like, oh, lovely.
Yeah, well, good vanilla bomb bag, kinda. Or from what I heard the people on the Rando stream say, French vanilla bomb bag.
Yeah. That's like the check right before or right after.
Yeah.
Icup tries to get the skull while falling down, but misses it.
Yeah, ends up wasting a stick because of it.
I'm
But-
pretty sure getting that gold skulltula with just a stick is actually out of logic.
Ooh.
Magic, okay.
Yeah. Well, we got magic, we got dins.
Won't have to do flame storage in Composer Grave. It's just in logic. As soon as
Yeah.
they get Zelda's Lullaby.
Yeah, we got
Skull Mask is dead.
Skull Mask dead.
Alright. P1 skip from Icup.
So, Temple of Time being barren, that means Prelude check is guaranteed to be either vanilla or Serenade.
Sarah. Yeah. Those are the only two, because even if it leads to nothing, it still gives you access to Baron checks.
Yeah.
So it can't be Baron. While Serenade and Prelude are just warp songs that don't let you do anything. They're just for movement. They're great songs, but
Yeah.
you're never like, oh, I can't do this because I don't have one of those songs.
Alright, we
Breaking
got...
a stick, going into Goma.
I really like that setup too. It's nice and fast.
Yeah, I usually use one of the side walls, but I think that's faster. 1500 archery is dead.
Ooh, I kept missing his one cycle.
Yeah.
I'm not
I
sure
go
how I
through
feel
phases.
about people spamming crouch stabs on the eye. I mean, sure they work, but I don't know. I really like timing them myself.
Yeah, I used to do the one nut strat, where you just do a nut and then a spam, and it works, but it wasn't very consistent for me. And then I switched to 2 nuts, and now I get it like 19 out of 20 seeds. Over
Does
90%
the
success
second
rate.
nut actually increase the stun time, or is it just a timing thing for your crouch stabs?
I'm not sure. I just do the second nut, and it works more consistently now.
Alright, so double defense and magic out of Deku Tree. So,
See what reward we get from this.
yeah.
And we're also going to see our first song of the seed as well.
Nocturne.
Nocturne and Sapphire. But as I said, even though it's a stone and it pushes him towards Requiem and he got an item out of it, so
So, this seed is really looking like it really wants to push these guys towards Shadow Temple.
oh yeah, I didn't. Yeah, Nocturne, everything except hover boots.
And hookshot, I guess, but I guess
Yeah.
you can do more with hovers over hookshot.
I've seen my very first hook shot in like the middle of Shadow
Yeah.
because you can cross that first gap with hover boots.
Alright, so Icup's probably going to be checking most of Lake Hylia, because with the time of day after Deku Tree, there's no way you make it to the owl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I remember Conditioner saying Icup likes to go to Valley right away.
Oh, yeah, okay. Hey, Lullaway.
So, I believe you can check the grottos, go to Valley, do Lake Hylia, skipping the hints and make good time of day.
Oh, yeah. I guess especially having the bomb shoes, you can check all the grottos along the
Oh,
way.
there's a bomb bag in Lon Ranch. So all this check is in logic now.
Yeah. Woohoo! There's a hook shot.
That is huge for Icup. 30 skulls dead.
Yeah, that is really huge. I mean, bomb bag and hook shot, just like back to back, just like that. I mean, of course it's Lon Ranch, so Icup's gonna find it eventually. But Lord
The thing
Fluffy's
is,
gonna have to remember to go check his grottos in the field. I guess now that he has bomb bag, it'll be easy to do, but
yeah. If you don't get a field way of the hero hint, though, it's not going to be high priority, so... It's at least for me, I don't think about that grotto if I've done open grotto early on.
yeah.
Unless I can, like, find a good time to route it in. Child Dead Hand has junk.
So Song of Time coming out of Malin. Not super duper important. But does open up this and that. See what we
It's really
get
interesting
out
that
of
we're seeing completely different openers right off the bat.
Did somebody say
And with that
openers?
hook shot, it's going to change their routing completely. I expected them to be in completely different places for almost the entire seed because of that.
Yeah. I mean, aside from, like, the beginning, because after Icup has done this, I'm sure he's going to do the same kind of stuff that we've seen Lord Fluffy do up to this point.
Yeah, it's going to be the same things, just at different times.
Yeah. Alright,
Like,
so
while
he's...
Icup is getting songs, Lord Fluffy's going to be in Deku Tree.
Yeah. But yeah, I think you are right. Like, they're just gonna absolutely split, especially if Lord Fluffy doesn't check his field stuff. He just won't have the hook shot, so Icup will just be doing hook shotty things.
I know what I would have. I probably would have found it because I would do those grottos after 3 song.
Yeah. Like do 3 song and then go to Lake Hylia.
Yeah, I would do early Deku, get my 2 songs, get the 3rd song, and then leaving Kokiri Forest on the way back to Adult, get all 3 grottos, grab the owl, go Adult, or do some other things.
Yeah. Alright, let's see what we got in Valley. We have had a lot of good stuff out of Gerudo Valley lately. Well,
Strength?
there's a good item out of Valley.
Wow.
Yeah. A lot of people have been getting punished on this channel for checking Gerudo Valley super late into their seeds, so it's like Icup is not among one of those people today.
That is a Sphere 0 check, but even if you check it as Adult, if you don't have Power Boost, you have to go back Child and then walk all the way to Valley to get it.
Yeah. Alright, so Treasure Chest Game is dead. Do you think Icup's gonna be doing his back of Lake Hylia checks?
The
or just
hints,
kinda...
no.
Yeah.
I would burn time and do Child Fishing, though.
Alright, so Big Goron is dead. Another...
Distant, obviously, though.
Coming from Icup. Shadow Temple is way of the hero. So, makes sense. I mean, like I said, the seed really seemed to be pushing them to go to Shadow Temple with, you know, early Dins, early Magic, super early Nocturne.
Yeah, I would imagine you go Adult, do your Kakariko checks just in case it has Hover Boots, and then do Shadow. Maybe do Dodongos as well if it's a Medallion.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, you can only do, like, the first 2 checks in Shadow, but...
Yeah. That's one of my favorite plays, though, is doing the first 2 checks in Shadow, because it doesn't lose time, because you have to, like, walk out of that back room anyways.
Yeah.
So if you have to make a second trip to Shadow, you're not really losing time over one cycling it. If it's a stone, it's a little bit more questionable, but it's way the hero, so...
Yeah.
Just
so
do those first 2 checks.
they'll be going there. Now, if it's later on, I mean, obviously we could have a trolley hover boots, but I don't know, with the way I've been seeing the items drop for them, Ooh, Icup catches the fish when it's like way out. He's gonna be reeling for a while.
What is this song we're singing from Lord? Well, that's hurting my head.
Yeah. It's never easy notes.
It's never just Zelda's Lullaby.
I think we saw one that was like almost Song of Storms earlier this seed, or like Sun Song. It was the first 5 notes of some song. I can't remember which one.
I think I remember hearing about that or watching it. Another repeat hint. Yeah, as I expected, child fishing out Icup, and he's probably gonna grab the owl.
I didn't see what was on Ruto's letter.
Neither did I.
Like, either he didn't turn his camera and just didn't look at it, or he saw it like off the corner of his screen while he was like swimming by. But either way, I guess not super important because there's no scale. But I mean, obviously you want to know what it is.
Goron tunic. That's convenient.
Yep. Getting free tunics is always nice, just so you don't have to buy them. Especially the Zora tunic.
The grotto and crater is now in logic, because health logic.
I kept trying to kill the Wolfos with bomb, or LordFluffy trying to kill it with bombs. I think I would use one of my bomb shoes on this, to be honest.
Yeah. I'm not sure why you would want to do this before doing Deku Tree, because doing Deku Tree you would get sticks anyways.
Yeah.
Unless, I've seen some runners of the mindset where I'm not going to do Deku Tree unless I know I have to.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty risky move, in my opinion.
Yeah. Like, from what I've seen, and just like my own personal experience, I usually try and do the Sphere Zero checks, like, as soon as I can. Like, I like doing Valley early. I don't really like doing chickens early, because it's chickens, but, I mean, like, when I first started Rando, it would be, like, the first thing I do in CAC, but usually how I do Randos now is, like, I usually try and go adult as soon as possible.
So going to child fishing, Icup burns some time, so it's not quite night, but close enough where it doesn't really hurt to wait 2 seconds, and can route in the skull. That's the biggest thing with Rando, is trying to be productive with your time, where it's like, if you know you have to wait, route something else in with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if it's going to be one of those seeds where there's like an item in deep fire, the player who's going to win is the player who routes the entire game fastest. Where you're like, okay, I'm bottlenecked and this is like literally the only thing I have left to do. You're going to get to that point earlier if you routed more efficiently.
Alright, so LordFluffy lucked out, and he actually found a Hyrule Field way of the hero. So hopefully with that, he'll be on his journey to find his hook shot a little faster than he would have been otherwise. And then the other hints we got were just repeats. But is that the only thing we found on the field so far, is a hook shot? I think so.
Because I know we haven't seen any of the other items, so...
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. Alright, so LordFluffy checking out his Goron City. I really like doing like the early child checks, just because coming back here as child later in the seed really sucks. Ooh, just barely got the rolling Goron.
It depends. He can only do this Goron. He can't do Saria, Song for Darunia, or the Spitting Pot.
He can do the Boulder Maze, but I guess he can do that as adult.
Yeah. I'm thinking of just the 3 child lock checks.
Oh yeah. Now if he would have gone to Deku Tree first.
Yeah. Speaking of that, Icup might opt to, because he has Dins and magic, so he can light the torches.
Yeah.
So the spinning pot is in logic right now.
Doing Goron spinning pot without Zelda's lullaby is always like a crazy thing that I never think of. Hey,
Hey,
Kristen.
DeChristen. I guess you at least get a skull if you do this as child.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
true. It does tank your bombs pretty heavily. I guess if he times his run down Death Mountain Trail well enough, he can also get
Yeah, as an Ernicus, you can light one of the torches and then use sticks from there.
he can also get Dampe.
Valley is way the hero. Okay. Lord Fluffy's gonna... I'm expecting to do all those grottos and pick that up. That's huge.
Yeah. So all the stuff that we saw Icup do earlier on, and we were thinking like, you know what? If Lord Fluffy doesn't check these, he's gonna be in trouble. Well, we just got way of the hero locations for both the hookshot and the strength that Icup got, so...
So we might see Lord Fluffy do this lake stuff, and then... Oh, he might miss the... Oh. He's gonna miss the field hookshot, because he's probably just gonna do this one grotto, and then go right into Valley.
Maybe. Well, he knows Hyrule Field is way of the hero.
Oh, I missed that hint as well. Okay.
Yeah, he got that hint too. He got that in
Yeah.
Lost Woods.
Okay. Icup.
So, there is a chance he will check it on his way. I mean, it is in the opposite direction. But if he routes
it's
it
way
in,
the
then,
hero.
yeah, if he
just
routes it
commit.
in, then that would be huge.
Oh, you can mark off frogs too because of Barren River.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So we've got most of our hints. All we need is one more sometimes hint, our last Baron, and then 40-50.
It always sucks finding the low skull hints first, but not finding the higher ones.
Yeah.
It's like 30 not having anything is not very helpful when you don't know about 40 and 50.
Saves you having to run across the room to go talk to the dude.
The fish is just vibing, just chilling.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, I could bite you, but I don't know. I forgot what I was gonna say about this. No, it's gone. It's totally gone.
Did you catch what was in Ruda's letter bottle when Lord Fluffy went
It
over
was a
there?
heart piece.
Okay.
Or it was a blue rupee, sorry.
Alright.
Yeah, so we know that the dive is dead. Alright, so Icup's got his bomb bag now. He's pretty loaded on items.
Yeah. All of Dodonga's is clearable. You can get the song in the crater.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
as expected, Fluffy is going to go do Field and Valley.
yeah. So I think if I was doing the same thing that Icup was doing this seed so far, after getting Serenade from Saria in Lost Woods, I think I would just immediately play it, go get the owl, and go back to adult.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like having bombs, having strength, having hook shot, there's absolutely zero reason to stay child
Yeah.
anymore.
You can't do well. River's barren.
Yeah, you can clear Dodongos, you could clear Forest out of logic, I guess.
Domain
Well,
is
without bow,
potentially on
but-
a lot. There's only actually a handful of in-logic child stuff left without
Yeah.
going adult, so... Yeah, I would just end on the Deku Scrub in the corner of Lost Woods and then warp out.
And I'm pretty sure we saw all of the hints in Lost Woods and Sacred Forest Meadow when Lord Fluffy checked them earlier, so... We could be in another one. Oh, looks like Lord Fluffy's headed towards his field grotto, so he's going to be getting his hook shot real fast.
That's very fortunate because if either of these weren't hinted, I know I could have missed them.
Yeah.
Definitely the strength.
I I mean, I know a lot of people, they usually wait until they have a Pona or something like that to check the Southeast Grotto here. Because, I mean, Tektite Grotto is at least between,
Which
like...
skull hint was that?
That was 30.
That was meant.
Yeah, we already had that hint.
Who is getting the corn?
Right now, they're both kind of in the same spot. Icup's done a little bit more. Actually, he hasn't really done that much more. I mean, he's done Deku Tree, and LordFluffy hasn't. So once Icup finishes clearing his Lost Woods and his Sacred Forest Meadow, then I think Icup will still be a little bit ahead. LordFluffy's also gone to Goron City for a couple things, but he only went in for like a few checks that were dead and then left. Which we'll probably end up seeing Icup do as adult anyway.
I don't understand why I don't understand doing this check first, because walking out of that is really slow. That would have been where I warped out with Serenade.
Yeah. I guess it's just, like, getting the hint first, but...
But that would only matter if Lost Woods is barren.
Yeah. Or Sacred Forest.
That's never happening. The time I saw in this tournament is the only time I've ever seen it out of like 300 seeds.
I guess Sacred Forest can't be barren unless it's both Serenade and Prelude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we already know that Prelude is vanilla in the seeds, so... Alright, so LordFluffy, he's going to be grabbing his Strength.
I find that's very common where if there is an item in Valley, it is hinted Way of the Hero. So I think that's a good reason to skip it.
Say that again.
Oh, that if there is an item in one of these checks in Gerudo Valley, it's usually hinted Way of the Hero.
Oh, yeah.
In which case you do go do it. It feels like Way of the Hero is usually biased towards earlier game and earlier spheres.
Yeah, I mean, we did see a hilarious seed that wasn't hinted Way of the Hero that had, I think it was Sunder's Bomb Bag. I don't know. I feel like, for me, like, who always checks Valley first, like... Getting Gerudo Valley Way of the Hero is kind of like a waste, because it's just like, well, I know I'm going there right away anyway. It's like CAC Way of the Hero, like, you just kind of know.
Every single time in, like, the past year that I've decided to do Valley, it's been barren. Every single one of those qualifier seeds you made had the hinted barren Valley.
All three of them were hinted barren?
Yes.
That's hilarious.
Checking Bomb 2 Bowling before going adult makes sense.
Yeah.
It looks like LordFluffy is doing what I thought seems to be the type of, I don't know what my medallions are, so I'm not going to do Deku Tree.
Alright, nothing from Bomb2 Bowling. So, Icup getting all the hints that he's already gotten items for. Ooh, he was about to use his last stick on the spider and then thought, nope, I have a full bomb bag, we're going to use bombs instead. Yeah. Well, we got a Kokiri Forest Way of the Hero.
Icup is done Lon Lon Ranch, by the way. So it would have the song.
Oh, that's right. That's right. That was Song of Time, right? Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah. I skip Sword Chest if I don't find anything in Mido's house.
Alright, LordFluffy is adult.
Unless
No
I just
shield.
need money. A little bit of money for Deku Tree. Alright,
so...
you read all that, right?
Yeah, I knew he does this. So we got Jabu, we got forest for spirit. We got a water medallion, water. Gotta do spirit and fire. So those are pretty crappy dungeons.
Oh. Yeah, honestly, I'd just be working towards AD at this point.
Yeah.
Because Dodongos you want to do, Shadow is way of the hero.
Yeah, Deku is already a stone, Dodongo a stone. Yeah, so yeah, looks like it's AD, right?
I would play it like it's AD.
And then, of course, the last stone dungeon is Shadow, which is a way of the hero, so... Deku had magic, yeah. So they got magic from Stone Deku. We got a Dodongo's Cavern, way of the hero, which is also a stone. And then we got Shadow Temple, which is also a stone, way of the hero. So, yeah. Yeah. Well, nothing important for right now, but they did get Din's Fire in their first, in Mido's house. So like we said earlier, they'll be able to, like, do Graveyard in one sitting, aside from, like, Sun Song. Alright, LordFluffy doing right redead first, but doesn't get screamed at.
Yeah, I was thinking of that too, Lawway, the composer chest.
Alright, so Icup's probably gonna be going adult now.
Yeah, I can't see any reason not to.
Yeah, farming a couple rupees to buy his shield, so he has a shield.
Team always buy a shield.
Yeah, I'm team always buy a shield.
It literally
Oh no,
saves
he's just
time.
doing this. I know Icup his team never buy a shield, but you can always hope, right? Well, there's the
Yeah.
last piece of the puzzle for Shadow Temple.
Yeah.
So...
Do you do Shadow or Dodongos first?
I think I would do Shadow first, to be honest. Because, I mean, you need to do Graveyard at some point before, like, going up to Dodongos, right?
Yeah.
So...
I guess you would warp, clear out.
I would
There's a
clear
chance
out...
of getting bow locked at the end, though.
Yeah, that's true. I would clear out my CAC checks and then immediately go do Shadow, and then after
I guess
Shadow.
you can open the shortcut because you don't have Zelda's Lullaby.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if there was an item that far deep in Shadow, it would just be like a huge slap in the face, to be honest, but I mean, it's always a possibility. Ooh, they got Sun Song from Storm's check, so that's just one more thing that they can do in Graveyard now. I think that's a full Graveyard, isn't it?
Besides the song, because they can't get it without Zelda's Lullaby.
Yeah.
And Child Dampe.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Alright, so Icup getting his medallions now. See, the thing is like, do you full clear Shadow if you get an important item early on?
That's the thing.
Like, I've seen so many people get punished for their Way of the Hero, like, locations not being full cleared out.
I think I would go do Dodongos. Clear out CAC, do Dodongos.
Oh, Icup didn't even get the hovers. He's just going straight into Shadow. Well,
this is why you don't immediately rush to your Way of the Hero. Just because they're a good idea doesn't mean it's going to result in the best routing.
Yep. How many checks are in Shadow? There's quite a few, isn't there?
Yeah, like a dozen, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's like 12, 13, 14. There's a lot of keys, or not so many keys in Shadow either. I think there's only like, what, 5 keys or 6 keys?
Yeah, it's 5 small keys and 1 button. So it's like 2/3 item checks.
Yeah. It's just really long.
It's still like an item check a minute. If you think about that, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's 3 times more efficient than chickens.
Oh, we got double chest spawned. That was a sink. That was almost exactly a sink. Alright, both of them dead though, unfortunately. But I mean, like you said earlier, like at least if Icups gets nothing on the first 2 checks here, he won't have to like do them again. But we both know he's gonna be super annoyed having to like leave the dungeon and then immediately come back in. And of course, Icup doesn't have a shield, so he's not gonna be able to do any crouch stabbing here.
If only there was a way you could have a shield and hover boots at this point by just doing your cac checks.
Oh, did LordFluffy find a Hylian shield?
No, I just meant like
Oh yeah,
you
yeah.
could like buy one.
Yeah, I gotcha. There is a store. There is a store. Ooh, Icup got really lucky with his second jump slash. Either that or else it's a timing that he knows
Post your
about.
Dampe prediction times in the chat.
Looking at this is probably gonna be like a.
Oh,
I
could
don't even
it be slingshot?
know. I mean, it could be slingshot. If I got a slingshot, I don't know about clearing the rest of the dungeon, to be honest.
Yeah, and then as soon as you find another slingshot that's not slingshot locked, you can go back.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's the thing. It's like you can bail, and you have Nocturne, so you can just go and do it at any time.
All right, Lolloway called the 59. He got it. Ooh, we got Lens of Truth on Dampe as well. Now, LordFluffy, I imagine. I mean, I would just walk through. You have Song of Time. You haven't checked. I don't think he checked Wind. Oh yeah, he did check Windmill. That's right. He did go in there and get the song.
That's a small thing I never think of. Playing Song of Time to walk out.
Yeah. I mean, I would only do it if I don't do Windmill, but I usually like always do Windmill. I guess if
Which was important in this scene because it was Sun Song, and you know how annoying it is to walk into Graveyard, leave Graveyard, find Sun Song, and then walk back to Graveyard just for one check.
Must be as annoying as walking into Shadow Temple, doing 2 checks, walking out of Shadow Temple, finding hover boots.
Yeah.
I kept getting a 51. I don't know about that. I mean, he could, looking at the lines he's taking. If he gets the jump slash.
I know, like, my best is like a 50 or 51. I don't think I've ever gotten sub. LordFluffy's dead.
LordFluffy died to the Tektite. Oh yeah, he'll be getting higher than that. Yeah, I got a 48. That's crazy.
Wow. Right, 12.6.
12.6.
This isn't slide.
Imagine Icup getting a 12.6. Alright, so it looks like Icup is just going straight through. I guess he figured I have Song of Time. I'm not going to check Windmill. I'm just going to go to Graveyard first.
It's going to be mad finding Sun Song, though.
Yeah. He's picking up the heart just for the half heart refill. Yeah, there's Sun Song. Back to Graveyard we go. And then it's, yeah, there's Hoverroots. Yeah. Back to Graveyard we go.
Yeah, looks like we're getting Dodongo's play from LordFluffy. Makes absolute sense. You have Bomb Bag, you can full clear it. It's a stone, but it's high priority at this point.
Yeah. And I mean,
it's way to hero.
At any point, he could just play Nocturne and immediately be at Shadow Temple. Okay,
there it is.
So we got a scale in the Composer Grave, which could be necessary.
So unless there's another scale somewhere, we're gonna need to find Zelda's Lullaby before Jabu's in Logic.
Yeah. So I guess Bolero could be Lullaby. Bolero is fully in Logic.
That's what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Or it's Saria Song and then that opens up Forest.
ZL on Burning Cack. Uh,
That would mean there's another scale somewhere.
yeah, because they need to do Jabu first before Burning Cack.
And ZL is locking one of the scales. Because
I
if it
could.
was ZL on
Oh,
Rudo's letter.
there's the letter. So Icup got his hover boots now.
And he doesn't have a shield to shield flick to show how upset he is. See, this is why you buy a shield, so you can communicate how upset you are.
Hey, Martin. Alright, so items just coming from every runner at this point. I think the only hint, we're missing one Baron hint, and we're missing our 50 skull hint. Always sucks to find 50 skulls last.
Yeah. Because if it's like 30, you can just play like, oh, it's not 30 skulls, and if I find the hint, then I'll just get my extra 10 skulls.
Yeah.
No big deal. And while 50 can potentially be not that bad, it's really bad when you find out late and you've been skipping skulls. Yeah, I expect Icup is going right into Dodongos.
Yeah. I mean, even though we found the hover boots, I guess he just, yeah, it's just an easy thought
Please,
process.
no 50 skull boomerang. I don't want to be here for 4 more hours.
Alright, well, we got a mirror shield in Dodongo's cavern now.
I don't know why you wouldn't equip your Goron tunic at that time, but whatever.
Yeah. Just put on the Goron tunic. Maybe he'll need another item equipped later.
No shield, never punish.
Yeah, still repping Team Bias Shield.
Yeah. Circumstantial evidence. It was a seed that it was good to not buy a shield. Congratulations. Oh, okay.
No. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm team just happened
Wow,
to
that
find
worked.
the mirror
I thought that would
shield.
explode too soon. I'm gonna start marking off some stuff on a web tracker, so give me a
Yep, go
second.
ahead. Alright, so with only a few checks left in Dodongos, we got 2 major items. I mean, we could be seeing like a stacked back half of Dodongos and like three more major items coming out of them. Do you think we'll be seeing any like out of logic Jabu if they find an early boomerang?
Oh, yeah.
Chicken waterfall.
If I find Boomerang, like, I'm pretty much immediately rushing Jabu.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as I finish clearing out what I'm doing.
I guess
So they
there's a
can
lot like less. I mean, sure it's a medallion, but I guess there's a lot less incentive to rush to finish it because you have
It's a forest medallion, you want that right away.
yeah, but it's prelude.
That's still nice.
Yeah, it's nice, but it's not super important.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got fire arrows as another possible way of the hero into Dongos, but not really.
But it would
since
be
they
the
already have
very
Din's
first thing I
Fire.
would do in Child 2. If they get it, Boomerang.
I guess there really isn't anything that fire arrows can do that Din's can't. That's like super duper important. I mean, it's more convenient a lot of the time because it's way faster to use, but ooh, I kept not using his hover boots. Icup does equip his Goron tunic. What's our last item in Dodongos? We've got a nice gold
Money.
rupee to round out the wallets. LordFluffy done with his very first dungeon. Still hasn't been to Deku Tree. Vanilla Goron Ruby.
Well, that's interesting. Were the fire arrows in Dodongos? Did I miss
Fire
that?
arrows were in the chest right before King Dodongo.
Oh, okay. They can't be wait because there's nothing that is
Yeah,
exclusively locked by fire arrows.
I just put it there because it's an
Yeah.
item.
I'm just communicating for
Oh yeah,
potential
yeah, yeah,
new
yeah. Gotcha,
people in
gotcha.
the chat who don't know this game that well.
Alright, we got a Stone of Agony.
All right, that's 1 point towards meme mode.
Meme mode.
Yeah, I know the Scrubs tournament is doing a race where it's like, the to win you need to get Lens of Truth, Stone of Agony, the Green Rupee, Ice Arrows, and Dayru's Love, and stand on the invisible moving platform in Shadow Temple.
That's really funny. I really like that idea. Oh, there's our bow. So bow is pretty big. Gives more, gives full access to Forest Temple. So as exciting as everybody is to hear that we're going to Forest Temple. I guess we still don't have Saria's song yet, but I mean that could change in like a second.
Considering being in Goron City, like this is probably it's ZL, Minuet, or Saria song here.
Yeah. Alright, well there's Saria's. So.
Yep.
Looks like we're going to Forest Temple, ladies and
Yeah.
gentlemen.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, there's a lot of time that we could be. There's a lot of stuff in there that they could end up getting. I mean, Forest Temple is like half checks and half keys.
Yeah. Well, the annoying thing about Forest is the courtyard's fast and interesting,
Yeah.
but then there's that room in the middle.
Yeah, there's the block room, there's the pose.
LordFluffy going for some crater checks.
Picks up his Hylian shield that he doesn't need
Wow.
anymore.
Never buy a shield, apparently, in this seed.
So Icup's got his second medallion.
If LordFluffy finds a Deku shield before going Child, it's like, what are shields? I don't need to buy that.
You know, Deku Tree and Dodongo having 2 stones, and you know that your 3rd stone is on a Shadow Temple that you could full clear and is potentially has more Way of the Hero items. Like, and you know that Spirit Temple is, you know that Spirit Temple is a dungeon that you have to beat. I personally think that I would just do Shadow Temple anyway just to get the song.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know that you need to do all dungeons, but with 2 really fast stones, like, and the 3rd one fully accessible, just do it.
Yeah.
There's our 50 skull hint.
I still would just do, I would clear out Forest first, though.
Yeah. I mean, do the stuff that you have to do, but then the moment you have nothing to do and go, where do I go now?
Yeah.
You have a
I
full
agree.
dungeon to complete, which will automatically warp you to Spirit Temple. So, alright, I kept grabbing his bow. Hey, Shake. Boing,
Boing,
the current
boing.
time is 16:52. Oh my god, it is that time for some time zones. I just looked at my clock and it was like, oh my god, it's 2:52.
It's literally that time for me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's really funny. Shoutouts to Central Time. Alright, Icup Icup grabbing the heart container. Getting Asaria's song. Dude, that would have been so cool if Icup would have like passed through the trigger for the song and voided out with the song thing up. I wonder if that would have given him the song.
You'd probably void out before you could play it.
Yeah, probably. That would have been really cool though.
What would you think of a fired? Like, you have to do it.
They have to do it,
Bolero.
but
you don't know where Bolero is. Bolero could be like.
I mean, at this point, let's see. Bolero could be on. I mean, Bolero could. Actually, I don't think Bolero can be on Minuet. I think Minuet has to be Zelda's Lullaby. Does it?
I would have to really take a look at that.
Well, no, because... No, I think it does. Because... They can't get Song of Time without ZL, right? I mean, they could if they found a boomerang somewhere, right? Wait, no, because Scale's in the Composer grave. So they can't...
There's one more scale.
So Burning Cat can't be one. We already know that Song of Time isn't one. We already know that Storms isn't one. Sun Song can't be one.
Yeah, so it can't be Sun Song.
It could be Requiem.
Yeah.
Requiem could be Zelda's Lullaby.
That would mean you'd have to cross the Wasteland in Logic.
Oh, that's right, because you need ZL to beat Shadow Temple.
Yep.
Yeah, so that... Yeah,
so that's unlikely.
Probably unlikely. So I think we're about to find out from LordFluffy, but I'm pretty sure that Minuet has to be ZL with the songs that they've rolled. They can cross logically, that's right, but not yet because we still don't have a long shot or Epona's song. I mean, this could be Epona's song because they do have Lens of Truth. Oh, it is Bolero. Okay, so they do have Lens of Truth.
I kept going for Mido Skip, even though he got Saria's. He doesn't want to play the song, but he's losing more time to it.
Yeah.
It was on Link the Goron.
So, where's Epona's song now? I mean, if they find a long shot, they don't need Epona's song. Icup, just play the song. Okay.
Bro.
Where was Bo? Bo was on... Oh, yeah, you already said. Saw the message, then immediately thanks. He's too busy focusing on what Icup was doing. Yeah, so we double forest going on from both the runners. Isn't that lovely?
No.
Yeah, just being honest here. All right, if anyone needs to get up and grab a snack, this would be the best time. Actually, maybe wait until they're past courtyard. We could be seeing a bunch of items like come right out up front.
So, my dream of seeing runners doing different things didn't really happen.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think they've pretty much done the exact same thing.
Finding the field and Valleyway the heroes really helped LordFluffy.
Yeah.
That could have been, like, game-breakingly bad.
Yeah. If he didn't get those two exact hints, then we probably would have seen a different route. But because he got the exact way of the heroes he needed to catch himself up in terms of items, we're just seeing the same thing. Alright, well, hopefully we see a major item coming out of Forest Temple. If it does happen to be a barren Forest Temple.
Oh, that never happens.
Which, of course, never happens. Yeah,
I think... It only has items when you don't want to do it.
I think I would immediately go back to Shadow Temple.
Yeah, I would too.
Go back to Shadow Temple. If there's nothing in Shadow, then go back to CAC, do Archery, and then...
Yeah, because
I really
They
don't know
can't
after
do
that.
well right now. They just got Ruto's letter, so ice isn't an option. GTG is not an option at all.
Yeah.
And you've got a whole way the hero. And all it takes is one more slingshot to be somewhere else, and boom,
Yeah.
Shadow still has a guaranteed another item.
I mean,
And then you can
another.
just do the shortcut right before the boat.
Yeah. Hey, Queen Snowpea. I think another thing that would really break the seed open for both of them is long shot. Like,
Yeah.
another slingshot would be an immediate trip back to Shadow Temple, but finding a long shot opens up, like, everything in Gerudo.
Yeah.
And then you got Spirit Temple in Logic. Well, you know, Colossus in Logic, anyway. I guess LordFluffy still hasn't done Deku Tree yet, so he still
Okay,
doesn't have the
yeah.
magic to do it, but hopefully he'll get back there eventually.
I was wondering how Fluffy, like, almost seemed ahead. Because Deku Tree, that's like 6 minutes,
Yeah.
which seems to be the difference. Plus, Icup has done Shadow.
Yeah. So I think that is literally like the only difference between the two of them right now. Like LordFluffy did Goron City as child, but then Icup did the same checks as adult. No, he did go there as child as well, because I remember seeing
Yeah.
him doing the big rolling Goron. He just did the boulder maze as No,
But
I
you
think
see,
he did
this
that
is
as
why
child
you
too.
should save Child Goron City, because now they have Saria Song. So if you
Yeah.
saved it, you could have done it all 3 of the Child Goron City checks at one time.
Yeah. The less trips you have to make to Goron City, the better.
Less trips you have to make anywhere, the better, actually.
Yeah, I mean that's true. I just especially hate doing Goron City.
Oh, yeah.
Like, without Bolero, there's no easy way to get there. There's no easy way to get there as child, period.
Yeah.
Like,
Goron City Baron is probably one of the best overworld foolish ends.
oh, I love it.
Because it takes out all the adult checks
Yeah. I mean,
and the
that's
child
the
checks.
thing that I think, like, hurts the most about it for me is the fact that there's both adult and child checks in Goron City. It's not like one place you can just go to as either one.
It depends on the seed, Gogo. If you don't have to do Fire Temple in the seed, and you've cleared out, like, most of it, and say you have to orphan a couple checks, like, it's very often you get the 2 in the Boulder Maze that you can get with bombs, but you can't get the Strength or Hammer locked one. So you just orphan that, and going back for just that one check sucks. But if you know it's Baron, you just never have to go back.
I mean, they
And if
could
you
have
don't have
done it.
Bolero, it's super slow.
They could have done it in this seed with the hover boots.
Yeah.
I don't think we saw either of them do that though.
That's still on my to-learn list.
Yeah. I mean, it's no. I think it's easier than the backwalk, backflip to get over the spikes in the basement of Water Temple.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because
I
it's a
should
shorter. I
work on.
think it's a shorter distance that you have to backwalk. Just the boulders are really weird shapes, so you have to jump at like exactly the right time, or else you don't quite make it over the top of it.
Okay.
But I don't know. If I have hover boots and I go into Goron City as adult, I'm 100% doing that.
I should work on that one then.
Yeah. The only thing is you have to start backwalking on the
Oh,
box.
they're on the same block.
I know. The only thing is you have to start backwalking on the box before you equip your hover boots. Otherwise, you don't have enough speed right away. So it's like target, backwalk, equip hover boots, and then just like, I don't know. I just use an audio cue of the boots.
Oh, nice jump slash to cancel the ledge grab.
Yeah. It looked like the ledge grab was gonna be real close, to be honest.
Yeah.
I thought he was 100% gonna miss, and then when I saw the jump slash, I thought, we're falling, and then he got it.
Yeah, sorry. There's not much to say about Fort. They're gonna find items or they don't.
Yeah.
There's no real variation to say other than hover boots do save some time because you can hover to this room. It's a
Yeah.
nice shortcut because you don't have to hit the I switch and then fall through the hole and climb all the way back up. Not quite as fast as Ferrari's wind strats, but Go-Go, that's a virtual console thing.
Yeah.
So I think VC is a 1.2.
Yeah, I think it is. I think all versions aside from N64 are 1.2. I'm pretty sure.
And then the
But
GameCube version is based
yeah.
off 1.2 as well.
But I mean it's 1.2, but when you inject the 1.0 WAD, it's like 1.0 but like with 1.2 like shell, right? I
Sounds
actually
about
don't
right.
know. So, he's basically playing like 1.0 inside a 1.2 game. It's okay, Lullaway, we're almost halfway through.
It's like that. It's like, I want to go to Shadow Temple. We got Shadow Temple at home. This is Shadow Temple at home.
Yeah. That's like the truest thing I've ever heard. I love it. Yeah, do it, Lullaway. Post it in chat. I wanna see that. We gotta get that up on the screen. You got lots of time to work on it.
Yeah.
Put in banjo race. Okay. At me, so my notification pops up in orange.
We're not even finding items.
I know. I mean, that's why it's nice to be able to talk about stuff, and yeah, I will. I will.
It'd be real, like, Loic keeps talking about how open elevator would be interesting because you would still skip the item checks and you still need to find boss key.
Yeah.
So there'll be like weight and decisions you have to make
Yeah.
in a
I'm
randomizer.
I'm sure that 99% of randomizers would be a full clear forest temple anyway for boss key. But I have seen a lot of seeds in this tournament where boss key has been on the Stalfo's chest right at the very beginning.
Yes, you do, Go-Go. You need the Goron bracelet.
Yeah, all the big blocks in the game you
Yeah.
need Goron bracelet for. The
You
one in
can skip it and go out of logic and shadow with the backflip into the spikes, though.
yeah, and same with the block in Fire Temple. You can just bomb jump on top of it or ground
Yeah.
jump.
There's a glitchless jump you can do too if you don't have bombs either.
I'm so terrible at that. I don't
I
remember
haven't
who
even
it was I saw do it the other day. I think it was it was I think it was Lollaway. Took forever to do it the other day. I'm pretty sure it was Lollaway. If it wasn't Lollaway, it was I can't remember. Can't remember who I was watching.
It's such a niche thing. You probably have bomb bag or strength.
Yeah.
I think it's like one seed I've had.
Going into Fire Temple without either bomb bag or strength just really sucks.
That's Requiem of Spirit on Ocarina of Time. So we were saying this is a seed you should probably play like all dungeons because worst case scenario you don't need to, and then you just get a quick access to Spirit.
Yeah. Not having to cross the wasteland is really good. But I mean, I mean, that's fine and dandy until you hit the end of Shadow Temple and you need to find ZL, which could very well be on Requiem.
Nice hookshot strats. I like
Yep.
that.
Icup's hookshot strats are really like variable. Sometimes they'll be like really good, and sometimes they'll be like, why do people even do this strat?
There's so much stuff that's just vanilla OT things that I haven't bothered because I'm like, I don't care to save 10 seconds. I want to focus on my routing and logic.
I mean, yeah. I don't know. I think hookshot strat for pose is slower than just jump slashing. But I guess it depends on if you have the bigger on sword or not. Want to do the new prediction feature?
Like,
What is a prediction feature?
is that like a poll in the chat or something?
I don't even know how polls work in chats. Chat can bet their channel points.
What? That's a thing?
That sounds really hot.
Classic, I think it's slower.
Yeah, I mean, we're the banjo community. What'd you expect? You think we actually time things around here?
Better than the whole Donkey Kong 64. Is Castle Kong's faster? I don't know.
Yeah.
Seems kind of fast.
Is this something that you have to opt into, Nade? Because I'm not seeing anything on my chat. Type / prediction. Oh, start a prediction.
Looks faster to me. Hey, Brad.
Oh, will chickens be way of the hero? There's already been one. Okay. That's kind of cool.
I can't wait to say no with all my channel points and be right 95% of the time.
Oh, you did that one? Good times. Yeah, I didn't even know this was a thing. I guess it'll be a way to pass the time while we're watching
See,
them.
when you play Randomizer, you have to have confidence that it's not going to be as bad as you think. 'Cause if you just expect the worst, you're just going to 100% succeed.
Yeah.
That's one thing I've had to work on, where for a while I was just, every seed, it's like, I'm getting like 325 or 320 something every single seed. And then I'm just like, well, it's because I did the entire game except for like 4 checks. Just realized it's like, yeah, even though if it's efficient to do it right now, sometimes you gotta skip stuff. I'm gonna mark off forest checks on the map tracker.
Okay. Alright, we got basement of forest temple has a heart container. So far we've had double barren forest. The only saving grace is Phantom Ganon now. Alright, well, I guess we can start up a prediction that would be really good for the races. Is who do we predict is gonna win the race?
Oh, well, as an unbiased commentator, I have no idea. But honestly, with this kind of seed, it's gonna just come down to probably like one silly thing that someone does different. Someone takes a risk and skips something. They save time from it.
Yeah.
Or if LordFluffy is too, or Icup is too thorough.
All right, so now we got some side betting going on. Who's gonna win the race? We got Icup versus LordFluffy. If you guess
Well, that
correctly,
check is in logic. Go. They have magic, uh, and lens, and Sun Song, so it's really fast. Yeah, rush Sun's game.
well, it's already dead, so
Yeah, still rush it.
yeah. Looks like we got an overwhelming majority going on. Steve gets a badge. Predicted blue badge. I didn't even know you got badges from this. Alright, well, breaking news. The LordFluffy has finished Forest Temple with nothing on Phantom Ganon, so we had a fully barren Forest Medallion dungeon. Isn't that great?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, well, at least, thank God we're out of the temple.
Adult.
Now
I
he's gonna
probably would do Shadow, but Adult Lake isn't that bad of a play right now.
Yeah. At the very least, see what's on Shoot the Sun. I mean, doing it doesn't really get you anything, because you need
If you're
long
gonna
shot.
do the checks now, it's gonna be in logic at some point in the seed.
Yeah.
I could see skipping. Bomb refill.
Alright, we got some cat jam going on Icup's side of the stream. This is Ocarina tunes. It looks like he might be going back to Shadow. Yeah, didn't find anything in Forest. Like we predicted earlier, he's at a point where it's like, okay, what do I do? Like, there's nothing to do. So instead of wandering around looking for maybe checks, going right back to Shadow. Which I really like.
Slay the hero in your most dense open area.
Whew.
I'd probably do this even if it wasn't hinted at this point.
I thought Icup was gonna get stuck on the gate there. So this is gonna punish LordFluffy hard if he decides not to come back here. But if he lucks out and finds something at adult fishing, then that'll be good for him too.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how you hear that.
Speaking of that, I will be racing Falcon tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. Make sure to check that out.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be a pretty good match. You guys are fairly close in seeding.
Yeah, 4th and 7th, so.
Yeah. Ooh, Vigor sword. Not super useful, but super useful.
But it'll be definitely an interesting one because I know Falcon plays a lot differently than me.
Yeah.
So you'll see different styles of play because I'm a pretty safe thorough runner. Falcon seems to like to bail dungeons.
Yeah, just kind of grab what he needs and kind of run on the fly.
Which works sometimes, and sometimes it punishes you. There's just different play styles and what you're most comfortable with. Some players are best at jet seeds where they can just go really fast and it's more about execution and just logic. And some people are better at routing where it's like the longer it is, the better of the time they'll get.
If you're really good at clearing the entire game.
Yeah, that's me. It's like
it'll be nice.
Unless it's like a 50 skulls per first hookshot kind of seed, like 335-ish is like the highest I'll ever get in the seed.
Banjo race. Man, I told Fluffy to.
It's confusing because
Oh,
Icup
he
is
did.
red on the stream,
Streamer
but blue
mode.
in the prediction.
Okay, let's see here. Let's get this up on. Let's get this up on the
Where
screen
is
here.
LordFluffy heading?
It looks like he's headed towards Valley, but I mean, you can't really do anything in Valley at this point.
Yeah.
He might be going to Tektite Grotto.
Yeah.
Just to finish
I was
up
gonna
his
say,
way
you
of the hero.
technically can do a hookshot extension, but that's not allowed when you don't have Requiem.
Yeah.
That's a weird quirk with the standard rule set. If you don't want to do Reverse Wasteland, you can do hookshot extension. But only if you have Requiem. It's really
Alright,
weird.
there we go. There's a nice meme for everybody here.
Love it.
Yeah, that's good. I love it. Thank you for the excellent OC lullaby. Let's just put that in our little meme box up at the top of the screen here.
If you don't want to do the backflip through the spikes in Shadow Temple, that's the next best way, is to do a ground jump onto that block. That's what I did for a while before I learned the backflip. LordFluffy is going to be going to a Child 2 segment.
Nade, the joke is that Forest Temple is like Shadow Temple on Insanity mode. They're both like these long linear dungeons that you have to kind of go through the entire thing, but Forest
Shadow
Temple
is
just,
infinitely more interesting.
yeah, Forest Temple is just pretty dry.
While other dungeons like Spirit has the child segment, and it's pretty open, you can skip stuff if you get boss key early and you just need to beat the boss. Fire, you can bail as soon as you get boss key. So there's a risk factor with it.
Water Temple
is just completely open.
Yeah, entirely open.
And then the child dungeons are fast.
Alright, so Icup is approaching the end of Shadow Temple in Logic.
How so?
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that it's in Logic to hookshot past this room.
Yep. Backflipping onto the chest is I got screwed by that one of my first randos being like,
Jabu is fast, it just takes a lot of items to get into.
It's just kind of slow to get to Jabu.
Yeah.
Yeah. Forest and Shadow are like 15 minutes plus the boss time.
Ooh.
Oh, there's a hammer.
There's a hammer.
Shadow.
So that definitely opens up the next area that Icup can go to.
At this point, I would go still all the way to the shortcut.
Oh yeah. I mean, when you're this far, there's no reason. Especially when you know that you might have to come back here for another item.
What's happened so far? LordFluffy still hasn't done Deku Tree. That's really punishing.
Yeah, it really has. Especially with what we found in Shadow.
We have Requiem on OT, and all the all the stone dungeons are easily accessible, so it's looking like a seed you play like all dungeons.
Yeah, so with the hammer in Deep Shadow and LordFluffy still without magic, that's gonna put Icup like insanely ahead. Because I mean, after this, it's just immediate Fire Temple, I think, once he's got the shortcut open.
It's magic that he's missing.
Yeah.
From Deku Tree.
Ooh,
LordFluffy looks like he's gonna do the chicken into domain strat. Just like, I don't really you can't beat Jabu yet. Domain checks are out of logic, and ice is out of logic.
Yeah.
So I don't really see the point in doing this right now, but
I mean, you could still get lucky and find some out of logic item,
yeah.
but I mean, you're not gonna find something that'll help you now, like
Yeah.
unless you insanely luck out. You need to go to Deku. Oh no, he can't hear us. He has his AirPods in.
Silver gauntlets.
Alright, well there's another item in Shadow Temple. Oh my god, Shadow
At this
Temple having
point,
all
it's
the
probably
items.
logical. All dungeons, silver gauntlets and mirror shield in way to hero air. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So,
and spirits. Yeah. So he can beat all of fire, and he's got all dungeons done, so he can beat all of spirit too.
yeah. So being able to do all of fire, all of shadow, or all of spirit is just like so great. The only problem is he still has no way into the desert.
Yeah.
I mean, unless there was long shot in shadow too, but I think he's got his last check that he can get in
Yeah.
shadow now, so there won't be anything more because he's at boat. And what a nice boat it is.
He's gonna forget he has
Oh,
the
Icup, please open the shortcut. We're gonna see it. He did it again! Ah! That's the second time Icup's done this now.
Put that in your notes to bring that up.
Alright. That was just hilarious. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, he's got the shortcut open. He's out. I mean, I would just immediately Bolero at this point. Yeah, he's got his hammer equipped. He's going to Fire Temple. Yes. Happy Thanksgiving to all the Americans in chat.
So there has to be a long shot or boomerang accessible somewhere.
Yeah. I mean,
Because let's look where Zelda's Lullaby could be. Can't be in Composer Grave. It's not the All Dungeon song. It can't
it
be in
isn't.
Ice Cavern.
Yeah.
And did you say
So,
we know? Yeah, Temple of Time is Prelude.
so it could still be Burning Cack.
Yeah. So it's either Burning Cack.
No, wait, it can't be Burning Cack, right? Because to get into Zora's Domain, they need Scale, which is in Composer Grave.
There could
or
be
Zeal.
another scale and
Oh,
logic.
if there's another Scale, that's right. If there's a Scale in Logic. So if the other Scale is accessible, it could be Burning
Or
Cack. Or
you need
or Requiem.
the long shot to go get vanilla, not vanilla, but to cross the wasteland to get Zelda's Lullaby.
Yeah. That's a lot of rupees.
Is LordFluffy gonna?
Did LordFluffy talk to the Zora again? Yeah, I think that's a second diving game. Okay, so yeah,
I
it's
wouldn't be surprised to see something in fire.
yeah, boomerang, scale, or the long shot in fire, or I mean somewhere else. But seeing in fire would be nice.
Honestly, with how locked they are, I wouldn't be opposed to doing more fire temple checks.
Yeah.
Because they can't do well, ice, or GTG. Those are all impossible or out of logic.
We, I know that I was talking to Icup before he did the seed, and we were talking about an early boss key. We were talking to Icup about how he usually gets punished by not full clearing dungeons, and he said if he needs to go into a dungeon to do checks, he may as well just like full clear the dungeon just so he doesn't get punished. So we'll see if he follows up on that. And I think he did that in Shadow Temple well enough. But
Have we seen them go back to Kakariko for archery?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. There's always just been stuff to do.
LordFluffy is a child too for Decatry. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. So he's
Finally
gonna be
get
happy
that
to
done.
find his magic, and then hopefully he'll go straight into Shadow Temple after that. But I imagine he will, because having the way of the hero plus all the items to get pretty far.
There's the other
There you
scale.
go. There's the other scale. It's just like we
Okay.
were saying. So I think with that other scale, I think you just kind of don't. I think you just don't go to do more of fire and start doing
Yeah.
other stuff now.
So probably
Yeah, I mean, Laloe
boomerang.
literally called it. You can see it in chat still. He said, there's another scale in fire right now. What if? And then, bam, right there, right before the boss key.
It's like, it could have been the same thing, but on hammer chest. But no, seed is nice.
Yeah. Oh, that would just be so terrible if they had to go all the way to hammer chest again in this seed. Yeah, LordFluffy finally doing Deku. So, Icup is still like a full Shadow Temple ahead of LordFluffy.
Yeah.
So, definitely gonna hurt him. Boomerang on
I
hammer
think we need
chest.
to time out Lolaway for that comment. I consider that harassment.
Yeah.
I'd made a seed once like that. I just generated a seed and it was like, where are the freaking hover boots? Megaton Hammer had boomerang to go into Stone Jabu to get hover boots.
That's pretty yikes.
Icup, you need to go up. This cycle doesn't end until you.
I mean, I did watch in the Scrubs tournament yesterday. They did have they had some item in early fire, but then they had to go back to fire to get long shot on the Megaton Hammer chest.
It happens.
Yeah. I think it was they found like strength 2 early in like the basement of Fire Temple, like the first floor, you know, where the big open room is. And then they left, obviously, and then they came back like 3 hours later and found the long shot, which they needed to beat their water temple. I mean,
yeah.
Burning Cack could be like, I mean, it's fully in logic now. I mean, unless, you know, if they find a boomerang somewhere. So
It could be
imagine
as
like
simple as like,
vanilla
feels like one of those
boomerang.
like 10 or 20 skulls is hiding a boomerang. Locking
Oh yeah,
the
that's
seed.
right. Forgot they haven't checked skulls yet either of them.
It's gonna be just some dumb check or deep fire.
I was gonna say Orvalvagia, but all right. There's the third medallion collected for Icup. I guess technically second one collected since they started with one, but you know, he's got 3 medallions to LordFluffy's 2. Now, where could Icup be going? What's the fastest way? Oh, I guess save warping. I was gonna say, what's the fastest way to Temple of
Oh
Time?
yeah.
Duh.
You can do the Goron City Maze with strength 2.
Oh, that's right. Well, he has the hammer, so.
But yeah, and
he has options. He has options, people. Again, we're still looking for the last Baron hint. I wouldn't be surprised if it was in Zora Fountain. It's usually where the last hints have been the last couple seeds.
Iron Boots.
Iron Boots. Alright, well, that opens up access into water now. And Icup really is, like, just finding everything.
There's really not much left in the game that they can do. They're bottlenecked out of, like, so much.
Yeah.
There's, I'm looking at my tracker. They could go back for Skull Kid in Lost Woods.
Yeah, that's true. Finish up Child Goron City. Icup cruising through the rando. Yep. Well,
Yeah,
Lord Fluffy flew a long way with that, with that recoil.
they need Zelda's Lullaby for Darunia.
Oh, that's right, to get in there.
So
But
there's adult shooting gallery, Dampe grave digging. 10-20 skulls.
I guess Dampe is like super duper easy because with Nocturne they can just go, oh, it's night. Let's go to the graveyard.
I forgot one look. Did we see the top of lab and adult fishing?
Yes.
Okay.
Lord Fluffy did both of those when he went to Lake Hylia. It's like Icup is immediately going to Zora Fountain. You dip Water Temple just because you can't change the water level. I mean, I guess you could do 3 checks.
Yeah.
Only 2 of them are in Logic. But if you get 2 keys off them, then you could go all the way and do River Chest as well, right? Like, you get a key from Compass, you get a key from the Shell, or the Spike Room. Not logically, because of key logic, but... I mean, it's at least more checks in the temple that you wouldn't have to go back to later.
So yeah, we got 1 check in Goron City.
No long
Skull
shot?
Kid in Lost Woods.
You don't need long shot to go to River Chest?
Adult shooting gallery, Dampe grave digging, 10-20 skulls. Deep fire and water. That's what we're working with.
BK water is out, but
Yeah.
I didn't say BK, I said River Chest.
Yeah, he did. When he says river, he means river.
Yeah. I mean River Chest, not Boulder River Chest. But yeah, boss key chest is 100% out of Logic.
Yeah. No, Burger King water.
Burger King. Nah, it's Banjo-Kazooie, right?
Well, Burger King's.
Oh, Snopey already said that. Might be. I got beaten to the punch. Bat and Kados water. Right, now we're bridging the obscurity gap. Bonky Kong. Yeah, let's see what we got on Skull Kid in the Lost Woods.
So yeah, fun fact: our most check dense area is Fire Temple right now. In Logic, at least.
Yeah. Alright, looks like Lord Fluffy choosing to go back adult. Oh, no, he's... Oh, yeah, okay. I was like, oh, he's not going towards the owl. But yeah, he's totally going towards the owl.
Yeah, there's just really not much. It's gonna be where is Boomerang or where's some item locking them. They're just in a heavy early game bottleneck. Which
I don't
sucks
like
because...
Icup going to Lake Hylia without opening up Jabu.
Oh,
Because
really?
now he's got... Wait, I thought he had a fish in a bottle. Because I would have opened up Jabu.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't remember him going into Fountain.
Domain?
He did the torches, he did the diving game, and then he just got the reward, jumped down, and then that was it. I think.
I assume on your way up you turn in the letter and then start the diving game.
Yeah. I don't know. Or at least when you go into Fountain, check the hint. Because there's 2 Gossip Stones right there, but I mean, I'd probably only check one of them.
Because you're gonna need to do it eventually, Go-Go. And you're literally right there.
Yeah. He's probably rushing Ice Cavern.
You would need to do... It's out of logic completely.
Yeah, it is. But... I mean, it is Icup, and the Icup play is calling. The Icup play...
This is the point where you do chickens, and you start farming skulls.
Yeah.
You could do all your one-off checks.
Adosium. Yeah, the Icup play, of course, being going to the well as soon as possible. And since Song of Storms is deep in Ice Cavern, maybe he just wants to go to the well. But I mean, rushing well without ZL is a terrible play. Especially when it's out of logic
Would it be
anyway.
faster to do Bolero and then go into Lost Woods, take the exit with Iron Boots? And... Yeah, see, he's doing something else.
Oh, yeah. Oh, maybe he's doing his Tektite Grotto.
Okay.
Yeah, because he still has his last Hyrule Field, Way of the Hero.
Okay, that makes sense.
No, I'm just spitballing. Alright, so LordFluffy finally in Shadow Temple. He's got his magic, so while Icup's looking around for items, he can go in. Hopefully he doesn't dip out Hopefully he doesn't dip out before,
Oh my god. Could you
those
imagine
items.
if the Sway the Hero in Shadow was actually the slingshot to do the target in the woods to get item there?
Ooh. Oh
Totally
yeah, I was about
possible.
to say we just saw LordFluffy there, but he hasn't been to Shadow yet. Ooh, that's nasty.
That's entirely possible.
It is entirely possible, that's true. It would be really trolly since the other two items are Hammer and Strength, both of which are required to beat dungeons, but...
At this point, you're grasping at straws at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
And I would rather do that than out of logic at this point.
I mean, Icup has been getting screwed over by water a lot lately, so I wouldn't be shocked to see him dip water and like do what he can.
Water, I understand.
Yeah, but I mean, he's obviously gonna do all of his like Hylia stuff first, and he'll be able to do the lake dive, or not the lake dive, the lab dive, which we didn't see before. So, all right, so LordFluffy gets his slingshot. Luckily, he's not immediately dipping out.
And what's interesting is diving the lab is ZL locked, so.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You need the gold scale, which is in Composer Grave.
Yeah.
So if they happen to find Longshot there, they know Boomerang is not locked by that.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's like you said earlier, there has to be some item that's accessible. It's either Boomerang or Longshot. Because at this point...
Tell me about it, Brad.
At this point, there's like not a lot of items that Icup needs left to beat the seed. It's just Boomerang, Longshot, and some way to get like Epona Song and ZL.
As I was saying, I probably would have been continuing in Fire.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, Brad. Oh, okay. Icup's streamed a little.
Because you'll get some skulls in out of Fire. So you're completing Fire, working towards skulls.
Yeah.
They still haven't gone back for CAC archery.
I mean, they almost have all the skulls they need anyway. So, working towards skulls isn't like super duper like big at this point.
I'm just saying, when you're doing two things like clearing out Fire Temple and working towards skulls simultaneously, it's efficient.
Yeah, it just really sucks because all the best skulls in Fire Temple are like way up in Fire Temple.
Yeah, it's like the two you get from doing Pierre. and one at the very start.
Oh,
The
well,
Song of Time one is super slow.
Icup's at 19 skulls anyway,
Oh,
so
okay.
I just
That's
hadn't
probably what
updated
he's
him on
doing
the
right
tracker
now
for a
is
while.
getting up to 20 skulls. Doing cack archery.
Yeah, I mean he's
Yeah,
probably
he's
gonna
probably
do all
gonna.
that now.
Yeah. There's one you can get in Adult Night Cack. That's 10, 20 skulls and cack archery.
Yeah. Oh, and he's gonna check the Sunsong Grave.
Saw that
Which
earlier
I think we
from
saw that
Fluffy.
earlier from LordFluffy, yeah.
And if I remember right, it's an ice trap. So get your Monka Frozens out.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. Icup and LordFluffy spawned chests at the exact same time when he did this earlier. And Icup got a blue rupee while LordFluffy got frozen. So he has his comeuppance.
Meanwhile, Lord Fluffy is continuing to make it through Shadow Temple. Just a linear dungeon, and with the items that you see on the screen listed,
Yep.
what he'll find.
You are a fool. Alright, Icup coming to do his cack arch.
Or this can be as simple as like boomerang his own chickens, and it's a jet seed.
I know Icup is one of those people who would never check chickens super early, so
Oh, I don't condone it.
yeah. I mean, even in the Scrubs tournament, like that I was watching yesterday, both of those guys hadn't done chickens at like almost 4 hours in.
It's really just the very beginners who do it.
Yeah.
Because when you're like first getting into rando, the easiest thing is to do is just do every possible thing as child.
Yeah. I don't know. I started like rushing adult like immediately when I started doing rando, which was really terrible for me because I would rush adult to do the CAC checks before I even had any items. So it was like
That can
just
still work.
go adult as fast as possible and then just hope I find an item, and if I don't find anything in CAC, then I just go back child.
It can work.
It could work, but most of the time it didn't. Alright, 10 skulls has nothing.
Because if you can do your early adult and get the song in the windmill, the song in the crater, and song in the forest, you have all that in your first child segment, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Icup's going back to fire.
Yeah. Guess it makes sense. If you find nothing, just go clear your dungeon.
Yeah, like,
are we gonna see another item psychically put into the seed by Lolloway with his thoughts?
Yeah, Lolloway.
I believe we threatened to purge his message earlier, but I mean, he could have been just a prophet speaking the truth.
Snackism.
Yeah, boomerang on Megaton Hammer Chest, I believe it was called. Nycup has Pierre now, so he can go all the way to the top if need be.
Oh wow, the hammer!
Oh my god! Thank goodness he's not leaving the dungeon.
This will be really interesting though once they do get ZL, because a bunch is gonna open up in the seed at once.
I mean, if
Once
I got
they get
ZL, I think
Storms doesn't. Sorry.
I was gonna say if I got ZL, like I would just immediately go to Water Temple, just beeline. If I don't have access to Spirit already, I'd go to Water. But if I did have access to Spirit, just clear Spirit, then go to Water.
Because at some point it's gonna be suddenly, oh, they can do Spirit, oh, they can do Bottom of the Well, oh, they can do Ice, oh, they can do GTG, all in logic at like the same time.
Yeah. I mean, I think the
And
picking
honestly, the
order.
race could go either way if like Icup goes to the wrong places and then Fluffy goes to the right one first.
Oh, that's true.
Like, I could see like Icup. It's like, oh, I'm gonna do Spirit and then reverse Wasteland to GTG, and then LordFluffy's like, I'm just gonna go Ice and then do Well, and then long shots in the Well. It's looking like it's gonna be one of those seeds where it's
Yeah.
gonna be a guessing game of which major area.
It's like the good and bad thing about having items is like once you start getting more and more items, more of the game opens up, so you have to start making those coin tosses.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's kind of a blessing and a curse to be bottlenecked early, because I mean like we saw in I can't remember which seed it was, but it was like the early Epona's song versus Longshot to go into
Oh yeah,
was that your
GTG.
race?
Um,
I can't remember.
if you can tell me more about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, one racer, they were both looking for ways to get into GTG, right? One went and got Epona song from Ice Cavern, whereas the other one took an early dip into Shadow Temple and got a long shot.
Oh no, that wasn't. I remember that though. That was not.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a seed that Lolaway did, but I can't remember. But with that, I mean, long shot, it was great. Both of them were able to get to GTG. But then,
They missed strength 2 on
yeah,
horseback
strength
archery.
2 on horseback archery. Oh, that was Thunder's seed, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah, it
so
was 2
strength 2
cancels.
on horseback archery, and it was like, well, going into Shadow Temple to find that long shot is going to be a lot easier than going all the way into Ice Cavern for Epona's song to go back to Fortress.
Often you can't avoid it, but if you can avoid it, one of the worst things to do is to orphan checks, which is when you go somewhere and do a bunch of checks, but you leave behind a few things.
Yeah.
So like say, oh, I'm gonna go to GTG. It's like, okay, but you didn't have Eponas, so you couldn't do horseback archery. Now suddenly on your map, you've got 2 checks on horseback archery, and it becomes a very low priority to go to.
Yeah. Especially since it takes so long to get there if you don't have Pharaoh's Wind.
So until you're at the point where you're just doing one-off checks, you're not going to go back there. Or you find some sort of logic telling you that you should. Meanwhile, if you just wait and then get Epona song, you've more efficiently cleared up the whole thing, and then you don't have to go back.
Yeah.
But sometimes it can't be avoided. Just something to think about when you're routing. Seems like Icup has not found anything else in Fire Temple.
Yeah. He's still got quite a ways to go, though. I mean, he still can go up to Pierre after this.
Oh yeah, I forget he's just done the slow part where you're not doing any checks at all.
Yeah. And I mean, he's been key locked for so long, too.
Okay,
Like,
here we go. Tack archery.
we saw Icup do this after he was done Shadow.
I just want to be incited.
Yeah. It's hard to be exciting when you're watching a key locked Fire Temple and it's like, oh, I wonder what they're gonna get from this check. Well, it has to be a key or else they're key locked. Ooh, Icup jumps into the maze
I've done that, yeah.
with the hover boots. Yeah, cack archery with a bow, Pog.
Yeah. Fun fact, you actually need the bow to get that item check. If you don't have a bow, it's just you just get money.
Yeah, we saw that
Unlike
earlier
the
in the
sling
tournament. From both runners in the same race. That was a great race.
Was that the first race?
That was the very first
I believe
race.
that was a Moose Man.
That was
seed.
Moose Man versus Schlongster. Both of them didn't know that you needed bow in order to do that check. So both of them did the check without the bow and were like, okay, that's it. And then they ended up last checking one of their items. and we were so sure that the item was gonna be on CAC archery.
So unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kakariko archery. Go. If you don't have a bow, it lets you do it, but you don't get the item in the item pool. Which is kind of dumb.
It is kind of dumb, especially since you can do the slingshot game without the slingshot.
It's just a quirk of vanilla, though.
Yeah.
Gotta keep it as vanilla as possible, right?
I think that's something that should be changed.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
yeah, it's vanilla, but it doesn't make sense. So, change it. Oh, that was a fast like. Spit out.
At least that kind of makes sense.
Reminder,
Especially
you can do
since
bomb
bomb shoes are not in logic.
LordFluffy fighting the flare dancer with the bigger on sword.
Yeah, which is slower because she shares the same damage table, I believe, as Ganon.
Yeah, something
Flare
like
dancer.
that. In the lore, there's a gossip stone that tells you that flare dancers are weak against Goron crafted weapons.
The Goron special crop. It'll be interesting to see if LordFluffy makes a choice to continue into Deep Fire after this.
Yeah. I mean, we saw Icup dip out, but...
Which is normally what you want to do, but
yeah.
when you're this bottleneck.
And we know that Volvagia doesn't have any items, or any keys, so he could just immediately go for the boss. But, I mean, who does that? Especially since when you only have one key on the basement, both other checks have to be keys, so it's usually that Volvagia has a small key.
I would do Volvagia first. Get it out of the way.
Yeah. Alright, there's his second scale. Well, his first scale, but... oh, it looks like he is going up Fire Temple before the boss.
Okay.
Okay, well, that'll save a lot of time over Icup, who dipped out. Not so much, but a little.
But where will they go next?
That's a very good question. I mean,
pay out.
I mean, we've got the fabled Megaton Hammer Chest coming up for Icup, but if this is an item, then it has to be a key, right?
Yeah, there's one extra key plus one door that you
okay,
never
so
open.
it looks like Megaton Hammer Chest is gonna be a thing. So it's an item. It's an item for sure.
Icup remembering to switch to Master Sword.
What are you guys talking about in chat?
I think someone's doing a casual 2e playthrough.
Oh, Schlongster's learning.
Oh, learning
2e.
100%. Okay.
I was like, what's all this 2e chat going on?
This seed is actually Lolaway's Plando.
I mean, this will be the second time Lolaway's called a major item.
In Fire Temple.
In Fire Temple, it'll be like the exact major item too. Like, it's like he knows.
It's also equally possible for it to be long shot.
It could be long shot. I think it would be funnier if it was boomerang though, because then Lolaway would have been right twice.
Yeah. I just think just more likely because that puts Crossing the Wasteland and GTG all into logic suddenly.
Yeah.
Or it's Boomerang, and then they beat Jabu, then they go to Burning Cat to get ZL, and then Hyrule Castle Fairy Fountain.
If
That's a
it
long
was
shot.
long shot, I think I would probably rush Spirit Temple over going to GTG
Yeah.
myself. Do Spirit and then backtrack the Wasteland and do GTG after if I'm still looking for items. Alright, what's
That's
it gonna
always a
be?
tough decision to make, is if you're on your way to Spirit, do you do GTG?
Alright, so it was a long shot. Okay. So Lolaway, you were almost there. Almost right. But I mean still, major item, deep fire. Oh, that's hilarious.
LordFluffy and I had the right idea. At this point, you just clear Fire Temple.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and Icup's immediately going to Water Temple.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Go water, immediately go straight to Spirit. I mean, the only items he needs are light arrows and boomerang.
There's like 3 checks you can get without. You can do the map chest, you can do compass chest. If you know the bomb 2 strat, you can do the bombable wall.
Yeah.
I believe you can sync to
Oh man,
boss key chest.
if he gets an early boss key, that would be so good. Are we gonna see early boss key?
Stay tuned.
The silence is deafening. Oh, Icup's getting smashed around by the stingers. He's getting stung by the stingers. Oh, we got another bottle.
Okay.
Alright, so 1 check down, 2 to go.
Yeah, clicking long shot immediately put 12 checks around Gerudo into logic.
12 checks?
Yeah, you can do. Well,
I don't know how
so
many checks are in Spirit Temple, so.
Oh, I didn't even count Spirit.
Because you got
You
Valley.
can do Haunted Wasteland, Top of Fortress, Horseback Archery, Valley Rocks, GTG. Yeah.
Can't do Horseback Archery yet.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. That's why it's red.
But, I mean, it's like Requiem and Burning Cat have to be Zeldas and Eponas, I think. Right? I guess Eponas still could be on Sun Song Grave.
See.
I'm actually shocked by how... Say that again?
He does know the bomb 2 strat for this, fortunately.
I'm actually shocked by how often I see Zelda's Lullaby on Requiem. Oh, I never marked Magic? Oh, whoop. My bad.
I'm more shocked about the siege that I lost time to getting... I entered Go mode, except I didn't have Zelda's Lullaby to do water. So I went to go cross the wasteland to go pick up Zelda's Lullaby, but it wasn't required.
Yeah.
I should have just gone to water and tried first.
Alright. I kept checking his son. Now that he has a long shot, he cares. And then I think after this, it's a pretty easy trip to the west. No, Fluffy doesn't have iron boots. Not yet. Where were iron boots?
I was gonna ask that, but I
Can't remember. Let's bring up the trusty spoiler log. Since we've already seen where they are at. Oh, they were in a hammer chest in Goron City.
Okay.
Yeah. So, now that he has the hammer, he can get it. And I imagine after Fire Temple, I imagine he'll go back to Goron City and do his hammer
I was
check.
looking at Icup at the time. LordFluffy's completed Shadow, I assume.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got the block pulled out in the basement and everything.
All right.
Yeah, I kept going straight to the desert.
I was just trying to figure. Oh yeah. There was Deku then that LordFluffy went back for.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, I forgot to
Just
mark
'cause-
that he finished that on the...
Yeah, LordFluffy is missing a stone. I was trying to figure that out.
There we go. There we go.
No boss key. And no ZL to go find it.
Yeah. He needs Zelda's Lullaby to drop the water level.
Which
If
is
he would have
usually
got
what
lucky,
happens.
then he would have got lucky, but he no got lucky.
No Lucarina.
Alright, so we still have one Gerudo Valley Way of the Hero location that he hasn't checked. So there could be another major item here.
Pretty obvious. You just check it. You're right here.
Yep.
But I do agree with skipping GTG now.
Yeah.
Because you've been bottlenecked for so long, you want to try to skip as much as you can.
Alright, so Gerudo Valley has been cleared out. So we know strength is that way of the hero. LordFluffy hitting his 20 skulls, so he'll be able to turn those in when he does so at his leisure.
I'm expecting we're gonna just go across the wasteland, pick up the song. Probably ZL at this point.
Yeah. I got
What's
really
gonna
needs
be
to learn
really
the torch
annoying
strat.
is if it is ZL and then you're key locked in spirit, and then I have to cross the wasteland again after you pick up ZL. Wait, no, it is. Wait.
I mean, imagine. Okay, so like you get ZL and it's like, okay, great. And then you go into Adult Spirit and it's two
You're key
items and you're key
Yeah.
locked. I mean, I think it's a no-brainer that you just immediately go back to Shadow. And then while you're child, I guess you can do whatever checks you need to do, but it would just really suck. I mean, AD isn't that big of a deal at this point because both of them have already fully cleared Shadow. They're at boat. They have the shortcut opened. It's no
I think
big
what
deal
would
to have
actually
to go
be
back.
worse is if there is a key, but there's still something on Bongo.
Boomerang.
Oh, is Icup gonna make the GTG play?
I think he is. He's here. Like,
That's something I
might as
would
well
do,
just go
but
in.
would be like, I really want to not do this.
Yeah.
Well, the thing, you can actually do a 100% full clear. Got bow, strength 2, Song of Time. You got everything to make this as fast as possible and thorough as possible.
Yeah, that's very true. It is a lot of
And-
checks to just throw away as well.
Because you often don't have hammer equipped at that point.
And they have hover boots as well.
Then you have
And
to
I mean,
hover
you
in the
you
middle,
would have
and
to
you
go.
have to hit this.
Yeah, you would have to go back to that room to fall down anyway. So pausing to equip the hammer just negates the time save.
I don't think it's so much fast. Strength 3 in GTG.
Nice strength 3, so we're not going to be getting any light arrow shenanigans, it seems.
I just hate that check.
Yeah, they sped up the animation of throwing the rock in Season 4, right? I think.
I don't know. I haven't played.
Oh, okay.
4
That's what I
before.
heard, that they sped it up. But I mean, it's not even that bad.
It's
Rando
not
players are
the
just a
animation.
bunch of whiners.
It's the fact that
You have to go all the way over there.
walk all the way over there. So you have to warp to Temple of Time, walk all the way to it, and then walk all the way out if you don't have somewhere to go.
Yeah. I mean, I know a lot of people say the same thing about the Din's Fire
Yeah,
Trek as well. I guess outside Ganon's castle is worse in some ways because it automatically sets your time of day as well, right?
yeah, to the very start. Frame 0 of night, I believe.
Oh, it's
Conditioner was
frame
saying.
0 of night? It's not like midnight?
Because I know if you do that and then warp to like Kaka's child,
Yeah.
Dampé's not there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, tell me but I believe you could just set like you could set it to night, wait just a frame, and then Dampé will be there.
Okay. So I guess for Dampé to be there, it has to be like frame 1 of night,
Yeah.
not frame 0. That's really interesting.
Yeah. The time of day with outside Ganon's castle is nice in like 50 Skull Seeds where you don't have Sun Song.
Yeah.
Gotta love 50 Skulls, Ruto's Letter, Sun Song and Ice.
Don't say that.
Favorite.
I've never had that myself. The worst skull seed I've ever had to do was a Plando that someone made. I don't think I've had any like organically created terrible skull seeds.
Oh, I've had 50 Skull, Ruto's Letter for first hook shot in Ice Cavern.
Yikes.
It's like, oh, there's technically enough skulls.
Yeah. I mean, I think the Plando that I had both boomerang and hookshot locked behind skulls. And the bomb bag was hidden somewhere as well, so like in logic there was like 55 skulls or something like that you could get.
LordFluffy just pauses at the long shot, just like, okay,
Yeah.
glad I did that. That really does help Fluffy though.
Yeah, it really does.
Still behind because assuming he's gonna make the same play, you go to GTG area now.
Yeah. I mean, he's got to beat fire first, but he's already done the adult Lake Hylia stuff, so if he
But
does...
it's like what I'm saying, it's like if he does the same thing and then just chooses to skip GTG.
Oh, that's
and it
right.
Pays off.
And then find something in Spirit. Yeah.
Yeah. And Icup just did GTG for no reason. That's completely possible.
Yeah, it's just one of the things. It's like, I mean, you can be safe and do GTG along the way, or you can just like YOLO it and not get punished.
Because like, if there is something in GTG and you do Spirit and then reverse Wasteland to GTG, you've just crossed the Wasteland twice for no reason.
Yeah.
So it's slower overall.
I mean, I personally would do what Icup is doing right now because I don't know Reverse Wasteland. And getting back to GTG just sucks.
Oh, we're seeing the bomb chew strat for Volvagia.
Yeah, he's not hitting her with a hammer though, so... Oh, if you do enough damage, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna be a fly. Oh my god, I didn't know you could hit with... Oh my god, that's crazy.
Wow.
I didn't actually know that you could, you had time to smash with the hammer in the face, after the fire breath.
I believe that is the fastest way to do Volvagia, is with bomb chews like that.
Yeah, it is. It's way faster
Are we
than
gonna see
waiting
the
for bombs to
toilet
blow
out
up.
of Icup?
I would
Looks like we are.
imagine. I think there's
Some
zero
people
reason
like
he
to
would
wait.
skip it. I mean, I guess it depends what his keys look like. But
Because I can see the argument to skip it and then just wait to see if it's an item.
I mean, he
And
already
then
has
just
5
backtrack to it.
keys. Oh, and there's double magic.
Still kind of annoying that we haven't found our third Baron hint.
Oh yeah, he's going there. Well, I mean, we have, Field Cow Grotto. We got Hyrule Castle Storms Grotto. Those seems to be the two. Those seem to be the two meme locations. In this
So
seed, I guess there's also the two Zora Fountain stones that we haven't seen
we're gonna
as
get
well.
the Desert Colossus one as well.
Oh, that's right. Colossus is still
Yeah.
hasn't been checked. All the ones that are just so far out of the way. Icup.
LordFluffy also making the. Oh no.
No,
Oh, this
he's
is just going to GTG.
yeah. Yeah, he's out of there. He's not going to Water
I
Temple
forgot
yet.
he didn't have iron boots.
I like the way that Icup swims with his iron boots like this. I like doing this, and I don't see enough people doing this. Obviously, would never work if the D-pad wasn't a thing, but yeah, that's what happens if you let Volvagia just sit like that.
Or
It's double magic.
anything of value in GTG. So I'm gonna laugh if we find a G. Oh, we won't get GTG Baron hint. There was strength 3.
Yeah.
LordFluffy making its way over to GTG. We'll see if LordFluffy chooses to do GTG or just go straight to Spirit. Odds are they can full clear it.
Yeah.
Decent chance of a progression, but all of a sudden they can do all of GTG, all of Spirit. If they get ZL in the Wasteland, Ice and Well opens up.
Yeah. I would like to see a straight
Plus
to
all the
Spirit
Fairy
Temple
Fountains.
play, but I mean, a straight to Spirit Temple would pretty much tie them up.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, Icup has been into Water Temple already, but he didn't really do much in Water Temple. He got a key.
The
and
thing
then
that will hurt is
that
if
was it.
Fluffy does Spirit, and then
Oh my god, I
Oh.
didn't know you could do that.
We should bring that up because that's technically not allowed in the standard rule set.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't even know. Oh, there's the boomerang.
Oh, there's Boomerang.
Alright, well, I don't know why Icup is still checking GTG.
LordFluffy has I don't think we're gonna worry about calling a penalty on that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about that. I don't even know what
'Cause
rule that breaks.
it's culling the rock, because if you go a certain distance away, the rocks aren't loaded.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't know why Icup kept checking. Well, I guess he's still looking for light arrows, technically. But long shot through the hammer rocks, yeah. I didn't even know that was a thing. Like,
That was it was like discovered like early this year, late last year.
oh really?
Yeah.
Gobi's Valley long shot. Alright, well, as much as I said we'd like to see Spirit Temple before before GTG.
It's not Dazium, but he has hammer, and I don't think that's worth calling a foul or a technicality
Yeah.
over.
I mean, it would have been faster for him to just run up and hammer the rock anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no reason.
Yeah. If he didn't have the
We'll
hammer,
just mention it after the race.
yeah. If he didn't have the hammer, it would be a bigger deal, but I would have to double check the big rule list.
I was wondering what kind of setup that was.
Icup, please.
It's like, huh, this guy looks
Alright.
pretty today. Lord Fluffy is making.
The desert's a really cool shade of orange with the time of day that Icup decided to come in here.
Wait a minute, is this go mode?
No, he still needs light arrows.
Well, besides light.
Besides light arrows, he's 100% in go mode, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, needs ZL, obviously, but we assume he's going to get ZL across the wasteland.
Yeah.
Doing things out of logic is okay, but, like, doing glitchy things to get out of logic depends.
Yeah, there's some stuff that's, like, not intended, but, like... The only, like, straight up glitchy thing... There's just, like, exceptions made for a few things.
Yeah. Like, ISG itself, like, doesn't really help you in a seed anyway.
Yeah.
It'd be useful for, like, a few things here or there. Killing Stalfos faster. But, I mean...
Beating up Ganon.
Yeah.
Things like that. And that'd be something I'd be open to.
Like, ISG doesn't help progression in any way.
And ground jumps really just speed up things.
Yeah. I mean, same with ISG.
Yeah.
ISG with Biggoron sword out just speeds up your fights.
Yeah.
Oh no, Icup got knocked out. Oh, that's a terrible place to get voided. Oh no. Icup, you gotta hit the box.
Or you can just backwalk with
There
others.
you go.
That's also an option.
Oh, that was a rough place to get voided. It looked like he got lost, and then the lever just like knocked him like that one pixel he needed to get knocked out of the way.
So should we do a bet for light arrows? There's so many options.
I mean, I don't know if I'll set up like a prediction, but it's
Child Spirit.
Child Spirit light arrows. I mean, that wouldn't even be the worst location.
They'd have to go beat Bongo.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess it would be. Because, like, nothing they have to do is that far out of the way. But I guess that would be the furthest thing.
Remember how bottlenecked they were before Longshot, and now it's basically go
Actually, the worst place for light arrows would probably be bottom of the well at this point.
Yeah, that would, like, worse as in slowest. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no matter where Ganondorf says it is, they'll know what to do to go get it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Icup. Oh, okay. We're good this time.
The knowledge to get to anywhere in the seed now.
Yeah.
So then it's like, oh, bottom well, okay, I just go do ice, I skip the checks, I get storms, I rush well.
Actually, worst place for... I guess bottom of the wall would be, like, the slowest place.
Time to confirm, though, if this is Zelda's Lullaby.
Yeah. If it's not Zelda's Lullaby, then Burning Cack has to be ZL, I think. It's like the only place. Yep, it was ZL, so.
Yes, Boomerang was in the GTG in the maze towards the end.
Like the third chest in the left side maze.
Yeah, this was kind of interesting of the seed. Like, it was like super bottlenecked for like hour to 2 hours with like, okay, Deep Fire is my best choice too. Because Temple of Time is barren.
ZL can't be Prelude because Temple of Time is barren.
So that's where Prelude is.
And they already have Serenade. That's why I have it on the stream, Falcon.
Oh, Icup's gonna do it again with CL. Oh wait, no.
He has ZL this time, though.
Oh, yeah. I'm the opposite. I keep assuming people don't have things.
I mean, when you go, 2 hours and 15 into a seed without ZL.
You just assume
Yeah.
it's like, oh yeah.
He was just so oh god. Okay, well, we got one more chest left for a key. If there's no key on the other side, then we're going back to Shadow, I guess.
At least it's an easy decision.
Yeah, it is.
There's not really much routing left to do in this seed.
Yeah. I mean, when I went back to Child to get my to get my uh, I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore.
Oh, there.
All right, well,
Greg.
back to Shadow. Yeah, so it looks like they do have to go back to it was AD after all. But I mean, like you said, it was a super easy decision. Anyway, when you go back to Child to get Requiem, which is what I started saying, you may as well do Jabu before you go back Adult.
You can do water now before you go child too.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter too
Yeah,
much.
so do Shadow, quickly do Water, go Child, do Jabu, get your song, and then eventually go back to Spirit Temple. Alright, we get to see the mythical Shadow Temple shortcut. This has been a very entertaining seed to watch, I gotta say.
Yeah.
There's
I just
a
can't
lot
believe
of
at an
funny
hour and a
things.
half, I'm just like, yeah, their best option is deep fire.
Yeah. I mean, the cherry on top of this sundae would be light arrows in bottom of the well now. But with
That
any
would
luck,
mean
they'll find it in Spirit
AD and all
Temple.
mini dungeons.
Vanilla AD.
I've seen. Oh, vanilla. I was thinking light arrows. Because I've seen vanilla light arrows once.
I don't think I've ever seen vanilla light arrows. I've seen a lot of important items on that check, but I don't think I've ever seen vanilla light arrows in a seed.
The thing is LordFluffy gonna realize it's basically Gomo besides light arrows and choose to bail as soon as the boomerang pops up?
Yeah, I think he'll still go to the end of the maze because he is looking for light arrows still.
Even if I was looking for light arrows still, I'd probably bail just based on how much is left.
Would you though, without Furor's Wind?
Yeah, just because of how much is left.
Oh yeah, I guess.
If it was like 3 hours, 23 minutes into the seed, and all that was left was like one more dungeon, then yeah.
Yeah. Alright, there's his boomerang. Looks like he is going to finish it up.
But I also don't disagree with just grabbing these.
Yeah, when it's only like 30 seconds to get your last 2 checks in the maze, may as well. Yeah. And then he'll go to Spirit Temple, find that he's bottlenecked.
I just usually play as aggressive as possible when I can go get Ganon's hint. Because I'm like, statistically, everything else I'm doing is a waste of time.
So it's like Icup has everything he needed to beat Shadow Temple, but he's checking this last one in here just because, hey, maybe it's later.
Oh, and LordFluffy doesn't have Iron Boots. That's right.
Yeah.
Iron Boots are in
Goron City.
the leftmost maze chest.
Yeah.
And that could be something LordFluffy doesn't go back to for quite a while, honestly.
That's true. I mean, Water Temple could be the last thing he clears anyway. But, I mean, all of his dungeons along his, like, natural progression for the rest of the seed are so far away from Goron City, so...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, he can do Spirit, he'll do Jabu. It's like, and then it'd probably do Ice in the Well before going back.
Yeah.
To get those Iron Boots. I know I would.
It's always terrible when you get one of those hints that's just, or one of those checks that's just so far out of the way and you just really don't want to go back for it. But it's got
Yeah.
something so precious on it. Or, I mean, he could...
Why opening check is such a
He
bad idea.
could go for gold scale water temple.
Oh, that's right. Because we know where the other scale is. It's
Yeah.
hinted. Yeah.
The
Honestly,
other
that's what I would
scale
do at
is
this point.
hinted. But
And
whether or not he...
light arrows. Well, we don't know about Rocky and Water, right?
Yeah. I mean, if he gets screwed on the bottom chest, like under the central pillar, then he's kind of doomed. But, I mean, it's always hype seeing one player do gold scale water and the other one not. But, I mean, if you get punished, it's just like, well...
Gold scale water is easy, but I feel like a badass every time I do it.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, yeah, I'm breaking this game apart, and I'm not even trying.
I've had seeds where boss key is under central pillar. I think I've had boss keys in every chest in Water Temple.
I think I don't explicitly remember any, though.
Icup's got his fully loaded quiver, just in case he misses Ganondorf.
But yeah, I would make the play to go do water first. Then you get the Light Arrows cutscene check before returning child. So you do water first before Jabu.
Icup failing to play the five-note song.
Okay.
Yeah, so it looks like he is gonna go.
Oh, by the
do
way,
his
speaking
water.
of failing songs, I found a newer GameCube controller in better condition, so I won't have as much problems now.
Oh, nice.
The one I had been using is like completely worn out with the stiff Z button.
Yeah. I've gone through a couple GameCube controllers playing Melee myself. It's just like this, when the stick goes, it's just like, well, so
Yeah,
much
mine's
for
at the
playing
point
video
where the
games with
rubber
this.
on the top is like literally breaking off.
Yeah. I have a 360 controller that's like that. And like the corner of it is like kind of chunked off too, so whenever you have to like press the controller like down left, it like catches an edge and it like just jabs into your finger
Oof.
or your thumb. Who do I play? Zelda.
Like,
some high octane Melee right there.
that means Sheik, right?
No, it means Zelda.
Okay.
I know it's rare, but I find Zelda way more fun to play than Sheik.
I have an IRL friend who was like a Link main.
Dude, I know, Lolaway, like... Okay, first off, you win against a lot of people right away because nobody knows the matchup. And second, your zoning with the character is better than everyone else because if you don't have that, you don't have anything.
LordFluffy also looks like they voided out.
Yeah.
And they have lens.
It's the good old... It's the good old desert by night.
And they have Sun Song, so if that's a
Icup
problem,
didn't
just...
target the lever, I don't think. He just got bullied by the lever. Like, he got lost. And then shoved.
OT controls in general just suck. OT sucks. Why am I playing this game? How did I get here?
Well, it all started one day when you played BanjO-Kazooie. It's the natural Purple Rupees progression of video games.
Yeah, controls better in general. I agree.
I mean, MM is just objectively a better made game.
Yeah. I find the whole time gimmick stressful, but
Yeah.
objectively it's better made. That's just a subjective taste. Something something honeycomb backflip.
I mean, that's just one of the things that I thought was really endearing about Majora's Mask. Like, Majora's Mask is my favorite video game of all time. Like, it
Oh,
has
okay.
been, like, for a long time. But, like, I don't know. That's when I hear a lot of people hate on Majora's Mask, that's always, like, the number one thing people don't like about it is
Oh,
the
I
time
just have the
system.
childhood story of getting to the Great Bay Temple boss and running out of time as a kid,
Yeah. I mean,
and I'm
when you
just like,
see that
really?
that moon fall into Termina, like on your game over, that's like a core memory that gets built into your brain. Like,
And I didn't play it as it wasn't probably until like 2004, 2000, like my middle school years.
I mean, I can race a seed as long as it's not ass o'clock. I did a seed that I didn't intend to finish the other day because I was just trying to kill time before going to bed.
I tried doing one of my asyncs at like 4 a.m. Starting that was a mistake.
I mean, it wouldn't be happening today anyway, but
Oh, there's boss key.
yep. Water temple's pretty much done now, but I mean, like I said, like we said earlier, Icup's basically in go mode. Maybe Saturday. It depends. It would have to be earlier in the day because I work super early on weekends.
So glad to be done with that. So glad to have a Monday to Friday job now.
I hate normie jobs. I love my work schedule,
Oh,
but I
really?
work super early. It's like 6 a.m. start Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Oh, okay.
The only thing I hate about it is Wednesday nights I work graveyard, so it's
I
like,
work evenings. I'm like 2 to 10.
yeah, it's like 9:30 p.m. to 5 a.m. on Wednesday nights.
So I'm thinking LordFluffy is probably gonna follow the exact same route as iCup is doing right now. Gonna get child key locked in Adult Spirit, go
Yeah.
back to Shadow, clear that out, then go Water. Yeah, they pretty much have the same route from here, except LordFluffy's gonna pick up Gold Scale instead. What do I do, Purple? I work in machining on medical parts. I work on the deburring side, so like there's little bits of the metal still left after they're made by the machinists, and I just kind of clean and touch those up.
Ooh. I remember doing a course on like machineware used in like biotech industry and stuff.
Yeah,
That was a really fun course.
yeah, it's pretty monotonous, but for what it is, it pays decently, good benefits, really nice people I work with.
I do online shopping and file maintenance for a grocery store. So it's like half running my butt off, half computer work. And let me tell you, with COVID, everybody is ordering groceries online.
Now the nice thing is about I just have YouTube videos playing the whole day.
Yeah, that's what I
So I
do
can
when I
just
work nights.
like I just put on my headphones and do my work and just have videos playing.
Alrighty, water temple has been completed. Meanwhile, we
So
got
if
Forest
anybody
Temple
has
Light
good Spotify playlists that they want to send me, I'll be able to listen to the whole thing. So I can listen to 8 hours of music every day.
podcasts.
I could do that too.
Throw on a report of the week podcast. Very
That's the
political.
fast food. The fast food guy.
Yeah, but he does like political podcasts and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he talks about everything in his podcast. He doesn't really talk about fast food so much, but his
That's
podcasts are
all.
really entertaining, and he's got a huge backlog. I think he's been doing them since 2014.
Oh, I just know as the guy who's disappointed in the Popeyes.
Yeah, the Popeyes butterfly shrimp.
Yep.
My disappointment is immeasurable and my day is ruined. But yeah, honestly, I listen to like
LordFluffy.
his stuff all the time. He spends a lot of time plugging shortwave radio because he runs his own broadcast on a
Oh, I
station.
see.
But I don't know, it's something to listen to. It just really sucks when you find a podcast that you really like with a huge backlog, and then you catch up one day.
I was just wondering why Icup was doing, but it's picking up Requiem first.
Yeah. Yeah, and then from here he can just backwalk to Zora's River. Well, I guess he
think it would be
can.
faster
Yeah.
Serenading.
Yeah, you're right.
Because I would have done Jabu.
Yeah, there we go.
And then Requiem.
Oh yeah, and then
I
he
guess
can just.
we can do.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. It's like, or you could do chats. You can do it in a bunch of ways.
Yeah. I think your method might have been faster because you could just do Jabu, and then after Jabu, you could just
Warp
warp
back,
back, and then you could just run to Temple of Time.
Yeah.
Because you're right there.
Yeah, I would have done Jabu, played Serenade, pick up Requiem, and as soon as I got Requiem, go do Childside Spirit.
Been listening for a year. Yikes.
But now he's just gonna play Requiem out, so it should be the exact same.
Yeah. In the end, everything is all gonna get done. Just in a slightly different order.
Oh, that's rude. Fluffy ain't the smartest. Oh!
Uh-huh.
That's an interesting comment.
Wait, did Icup never do this before? Oh, you forgot the fish!
Nope.
Icup went all the way up and he was like, oh no, I forgot the fish. I didn't open Jabu.
I have to consciously remember.
Oh my goodness. That's really funny how we were talking about it earlier. And then, oh, look at that. He forgot. Yeah, don't forget Royston. You gotta feed him to the big whale.
I'd even be tempted to skip Jabu checks. Just because all you use light arrows.
Royston got a hairdo change.
Icup does a few extra rolls before releasing. Kiappa? Never heard that one. Royston's cousin.
I mean, in the end, Royston would be okay. He's the immortal fish. After all, Mumbo was grilling him at the end of BanjOcarina.
Oh, Kiappa is the fish from Wind Waker? Okay. I don't know that game that well.
Did that fish actually have a name?
I'm not even remembering.
Oh, I'm thinking of
which fish it
Jaboon.
is.
Yeah.
Stop it. I believed you.
Yeah. I was thinking Jaboon. Jaboon is the name of the big fish in Wind Waker.
Oh yeah, the one in the back of Outset.
Yeah, yeah.
For a small key, Brad. They're key locked on adult side.
Yeah. But, I mean, like, Deku Tree had important items, Dodongo had important items, and they had to go into Deep Shadow Temple anyway for a bunch of items as well, so...
So, honestly...
So it's
LordFluffy,
AD, but...
you know, this could have been really close if LordFluffy did Deku Tree earlier. If you think about it.
Yeah, that's very true.
Because he had to spend extra time before doing Stone Deku to get magic to go into Way of the Hero. Shadow.
I mean, normally when you see like an AD, it's like you have to go into your stone dungeons for like one stupid item.
Yeah.
But I think most of their important items came from the stone dungeons. They got letter, they got mirror shield, they got slingshot, hammer, strength. In Shadow Temple or in Deku Tree, they got magic. But I mean, they found another magic in GTG, so.
Yeah,
Oh, it looks
yeah,
like Lord
probably
Fluffy got
around.
the second scale. So we
Yeah,
could
for
be
Ike.
seeing him do gold
I
scale
don't know
water.
how long Beard is.
How long Spirit is?
Yeah, like,
Depends where the boss key is.
yeah. But it's gonna be like sub 310.
Yeah. Because, I mean, they only need like 3 keys, right? 3
Yeah, the
keys and the
main
boss
door.
key.
Yep.
And then, I mean, at that point, you just like skip every other check and then just learn where,
It depends where light arrows are too.
yeah. Just skip every other check and just come back if light arrows are in Spirit Temple. I mean, logically, no, of course not. But I mean, just to enter the dungeon and beat it, you just need 3 keys.
Like there. That's very possible.
I don't know. I'm
It,
team bottom of the well light arrows right now, so.
see, I'm feeling validation chest and Ganon's. I don't know. They're just gonna be right there. Just like, here you go. The key to defeating evil inside my castle.
Yeah. What does Ganondorf say? I can't remember if Ganondorf says something different if light arrows are in his castle.
Yeah, he does specifically say my castle.
No, I'm trying to think of what he says in the first text box.
Oh, I've never read those first text boxes.
Yeah, he says something funny in one of the first text boxes. It's like, ah, I knew I should have hidden that boss key somewhere else.
I thought it was just a different random quote.
Yeah. I mean it is, but there's one really funny one that I remember seeing. I always read those because I mean it's just something
Well, if you're
funny
not
thrown
timing
in there.
yourself,
Yeah, I mean
or
obviously if you're not competing.
yeah,
That's why I really liked when I did random before having all the garbage hints. Reading some of
I
the
kind
garbage
of
hints
missed.
always make me
Those
laugh.
were great. There was the one that it's like, rumor has it that username is not very good at Ocarina of Time. They say
Just
that Ocarina of Time has a few glitches. Oh, Fluffy's still trying to find irons, I guess.
Yeah. Instead of going to the dungeons that he could be doing.
I don't agree with this at all.
Yeah. I think going to Jabu right away is, I mean, if he's child, should be doing it right away. Irons were in Goron City.
Yep, the leftmost maze chest. They got the bomb locked ones, but not the hammer slash silver gauntlets locked one.
Yeah. And we're still missing that last Baron hint. Not that we need it anymore at this point. I think the only really helpful Baron hint they could get at this point is bottom of the well Baron. But I imagine they would find light arrows before they would ever need that hint.
Can't be ice. But even then, if Ganon says light arrows are somewhere else, it doesn't help to know that it's Baron.
I mean, it's probably like Forest Temple Baron or something. The good old
Probably.
Forest Temple Baron hint. So useful every time.
As I said before, every time I do Forest Temple, I reconsider why I play this game. Because I'm just like, my brain turns off for like 15, 16 minutes. I've done Forest Temple, and then like, I go up all the way in the push block room, and I realize I don't have a key, and you actually need to hover over into the side room.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, I guess I have to go back down and do the jump slash.
Doing Child Spirit first. Looks like he's doing the gold scale dive in the lap. He's looking for iron boots. So there's a good chance that they could be gold scale locked.
That's even worse position if this, because this could imply that LordFluffy's not comfortable with gold scale water.
Yeah. I mean, he's child anyway, so it makes sense that he's just doing child stuff. And I mean, if he wants to go to Jabu, he can just leave the lab and just go dive into Zora's domain. Which I don't think would be a terrible play.
One of my
at this
biggest
point.
mistakes in a rand was it was a boss key in the central pillar, and then I was doing Jabu and be like, oh, I'm go mode, I can skip all the checks in Jabu, so I'll just go do water.
Yeah.
And then I missed the iron boots in Jabu, which were actually needed. And I'm like, I have
That's
gold scale, I could.
that's really rough. Alright, Baronade down. Are we gonna see light arrows? The tradition of
It
Jabu having
is
items. No,
heart.
just a heart. Alright, so Icup's probably going to Child Spirit now. I mean, it's the only thing he can do, so.
Yeah, you do both. Checks as child. And then you immediately bail and go back to adult.
Yeah.
Do spirit as soon as you're able to get to Twin Rover, rush to Twin.
I guess
Basically, you do everything you can to rush Ganon's hint
Yeah.
at this point.
I guess Icup's gonna do this here while he's here. Just in case.
Yeah. This one's really slow.
Things that are like super far out of the way may as well while you're there. Oh, Lord Fluffy's
Yeah.
gonna be doing it before he goes into Jabu.
That's
Some rupees.
interesting. Because it puts you in a good spot to swim there after Jabu.
Yeah, I think at this point, like, no matter where light arrows are, I don't think there's anything that's gonna stop Icup.
Yeah.
He's just got too big of a lead.
There's no bait.
Like, cause he's in go mode basically. Well, I guess it's, what do they call this? No mode.
Glow mode.
Glow mode.
Yeah.
And so all he needs to do is learn where light arrows are. The trip up Ganon's castle isn't that long, so
It's like, and even if it's somewhere slow, like bottom of the well, they
Icup.
both have to do ice.
Icup. You have a slingshot, Icup. It's an equip, but now you don't have a shield.
Doesn't really matter at this point.
Yeah, I guess if you're only doing the basement, you don't have to worry about Iron Knuckles as child.
And they have a Kokiri sword too, so. Fine. But yeah, this was a pretty interesting ADC with just a super early bottleneck and then
Yeah.
able to skip ice and well, presumably.
Normally AD seeds are kind of a drag to watch, like, to be honest, but yeah, I thought this one was really cool. Just like
Usually,
all the convenient things that happen in the seed.
yeah. Usually, what happens with this is, if you get like hookshot and bomb bag early on, usually seeds don't go above like 310, 320.
Yeah.
Because no matter where you go, you can full clear it. It's seeds that are like 40 skulls is your first hook shot, and then after you get 40 skulls and pick up your hook shot, you have to go backtrack everywhere and do it all again.
Yeah.
Or like,
Backtracking areas is always super rough.
I did a seed once that was a weekly, which was logically triple dip forest. Because what happened was, okay, yeah, this is what it was. Stalfos had strength 1 to go into the Dongos to get hover boots. Then you go back to Forest Temple, hover over to the courtyard, and then you get strength 2, which lets you go to Spirit to find your first bow.
Ooh, that's really nasty.
So yeah, you could technically do the jump slash and make it just a double dip forest, but according to logic, it was triple dip forest. It was like a year ago or something. I don't specifically remember.
I don't remember most of the seeds that I've like been really trolled on because it's been such a long time since I've like regularly done randos.
They all blend together. I just remembered the emotion of getting mad. I remembered I was on Restream and I had to quit because I totally blanked. Usually when you find hover boots, you're not like, I should go back to Forest Temple because that unlocks one check in logic.
Yeah. And I mean, even if you do think of that, it's like, oh, well, it's only one check, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, even when you're on Restream, you're like, I'm gonna do everything physically possible.
Yeah.
But I was like, I literally don't know what I missed. Oh, you do?
Alright, so Icup's on the home stretch. We're all dying to know where those light arrows are.
It was one of the ZSR weeklies, yeah. I just don't remember when it was.
Yeah, I've never done any of the ZSR weeklies. I considered it a while back, like before, like where they're at now. But then I was just like, you know what? I'm just
The worst part is, don't look at the result of the finishers.
Yeah.
Maybe, like, wait and look at it to see when the first person finishes.
Yeah. Because when you
But
know
there's
you're like
nothing
15,
worse.
20 minutes out and you see like a bunch of people start finishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, only 2 people have finished, and I just have to beat Water Temple now.
I
And
mean,
then I still get, like, 18th.
yeah. It's like the same thing when you're doing like 2E bingo or something like that, and you're just like, oh yeah, I'm feeling really good, and you see like one person finish, 2-person finish, and you're just like, why do I
Because
suck at
usually
this
what
game?
it is, it's the very top players, like 4, 5, or 6. They're going to be the names you always recognize. Like, people who know how to, like, speedrun the game. You're like, oh, Marco got second. Well, I'm not surprised. Or,
Yeah. Shocker.
oh, wow, Glitchy's in third. Like, things like that.
Okay, so watching Icup do Spirit Temple is reminding me of something that happened in the Scrub Seed yesterday. Mirror Shield was in the upper right hand ZL check. You know, one spawns on the hand, one spawns on the other side. The one runner didn't know that check was there.
Oh.
Like he just forgot about it. And so he got the hand check and then dipped out of Spirit Temple. And then when the other guy went in there and got Mirror Shield, all the people who were like commentating the seed were like, did the other guy not get that? And then he just never went back because he thought he'd cleared everything out.
That happens where you just your brain blanks and forgets. I've done it where I forgot to peek at the volcano in Death Mountain Crater.
Yeah.
And it was the one time you forget, it's important.
I mean, we saw that earlier when Shake forgot to check the Ruto letter check, and it was Din's Fire.
That's a common one too.
Yeah, just never swam by there.
Because there's so many checks, it's like you usually take care of it or look at it or know what it is early.
Yeah. And the one
That cup just
time,
needs one more key.
the one single time you don't check it, it's something. Icup, you can beat the dungeon. Oh, he has to open the door. That's right. I forgot the door you come in doesn't open without the sunblock.
Is it faster than just Requiem back in?
I'm pretty sure, because you have to climb up that wall.
True.
Okay, he knows. He's out. He's got all the keys he needs to beat the dungeon.
Yeah, I guess that is faster.
Yeah.
There's just niche things like that where it's like, I'm not sure what's exactly faster.
May as well get this chest on his way.
Thought he would mess that jump.
I thought he wasn't going to make it either. Not going to lie. Doesn't long shot to the torch on the ceiling.
So he's probably going to finish this dungeon at like 3:02.
Yeah, if he has a good Twin Rova.
Yeah. So it's probably going to be probably around 3:15 finish. Plus or
assuming we have good light arrows.
Yeah.
If light arrows are in like the worst possible place. I mean, at this point there's no song that's super out of the way except Song of Storms. Well, I mean, I guess they have everything else, so. Ooh, I thought Icup was going into the pit. Icup, why are you coming over here? I guess he just wants to clear Spirit out.
They're fast checks. Like, it's not what I would do, but I can understand it. Especially in a 1v1 scenario, you gotta be thinking, do I think I'm in the lead?
Yeah.
If so, I want to go with the safer bet and just finish this off. Because you could be like, I think I might be winning, but maybe LordFluffy is only like a few minutes behind me and is just starting Spirit now.
Yeah, you're right. It is a lot of really fast checks, because, I mean, you know, you got the checks along your way, then you got these two, there's Mirror Shield, there's Silver Gauntlets.
Because that would be the worst feeling, is being like, oh, we were both in Spirit, I was in a few minutes ahead in Spirit, but I bailed Spirit, and Lighters were just there.
Yeah.
And I lost because I bailed.
That
versus sometimes you are like, you know you're behind, and you're like, okay, I just have to skip everything and hope my opponent is a bit more thorough. I usually say don't meta in races, but in 1v1, you kind of do.
Yeah. You gotta play your opponent a little bit.
I made that mistake once, and I was like, wait a second. I'm go mode in a weekly, and like one person has finished like just a minute ago. And I was like, okay, wait. I got flustered and like backtracked for a song. So it's like, oh, it must be because of that. That's why people haven't finished. But I was not realizing. It's like, I didn't need to do that. I was just playing well.
Not realizing you could have just gone to Ganon's and gotten light arrows like right along the way.
Yeah, it was something. It was like, oh, I need to go pick up Song of Time from Composer Grave to get Boss Key and River, is what I thought. But it was like, no, Boss Key wasn't there. I just meta-logicked and assumed it was in the worst spot because of something. But it's like, no, I just played well. And I got like 5th instead of 3rd.
Alright, LordFluffy going for the Fairy Fountain. I think we saw oh, he's already done this. Or maybe he blew it open and didn't have ZL at the time.
Can't be for a health refill.
Maybe he just blew it open earlier and forgot about it. Oh, there's light arrows.
Oh wow. Okay. See, I
Never,
guess that
never
is like
punished. All right. Well, there's go mode.
wow. Icup really took an optimal route through this seed,
Yeah.
except for bailing on fire.
Yeah. But I mean, everyone just bails on fire.
I was saying in that seed in that scenario, I would have continued in fire,
Yeah.
but who knows if I was actually playing, I might have made a different call.
Yeah. Icup knew. He knew.
Yeah, this
So yeah,
is
if Icup would have just blitzed Spirit Temple, I mean, he could have checked that one because it was kind of on his way, but not really. He would have had to go into another
I don't
ring.
think this is gonna beat my 80 time. Wink wink. But this is like around a 310. Because usually once you're up to temple a time, it's like 7 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, Twin Rova is going to take more than 3 minutes.
I've never like timed it.
Yeah, Twin Rova is just annoying. It's just a lot of cutscenes. Plus, you have to wait for the witches, and sometimes they might troll you with their sticks of doom.
It's gonna be cool. But it's still a great time for an AD seed.
Yeah, it is. I think this is one of the faster AD seeds that I've seen in the tournament. I mean, I think most of the seeds that I've rolled, people have finished in like between 3:30 and 4.
We're seeing faster times now, though, that we're getting to the better players, too.
I mean, in winter semifinals,
Not throwing
it's to
shade
be
at
expected.
anyone, but just you expect
Yeah.
better times with the players that have been winning. Just how tournaments work. Oh, come on. Fly over to the right. Do you have lists of questions you're going to want to ask the runners after this finishes?
Not for this seed. I haven't seen
Okay.
I haven't seen anything from either one of them that I really wanted to ask.
Yeah.
I mean,
I want to talk about Icup playing Stella's Lullaby in Shadow.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I already know what Icup's going to say to that. Probably the same thing he said last time. Ooh, oh no, Icup got a double, but he wasn't ready
And then I
for
want to
it.
ask LordFluffy about the decision to wait so long on Deku Tree.
Yeah.
I probably know the answer, but I just want to hear the rationale.
Icup, why are you doing this so close?
Yeah, it does.
Another
Falcon.
double. Well, that wasn't really a double, but it was close. I think... Oh, he was waiting for the last shot. Okay, okay. So Icup needs to learn the hook shot strats for if he gets witches that look like they're about to shoot. Dude, they shot 3 times while he was waiting for... they shot 3 times while he was waiting for the second phase to start. That is really bad RNG.
Is that how... I don't even know how Twin Rova works.
What happens is...
Falcon, we think that LordFluffy doesn't know Gold Scale Water.
Yeah. So he's looking for his iron boots. And so he's just doing some last second...
Well, he didn't really go out of the way for the scale, it was just there when he wanted to go get the song.
Yeah. He's probably going back adult now, though. But yeah, with Twin Rova, if the witches are like ready to shoot their broomsticks before they go into phase 2, then they'll continuously shoot until they're both just roaming around the room. Then it triggers the second part of the fight. So, I mean, normally you want them to shoot really fast, but if they've already been hit 4 times, you obviously want them to roam around so they start phase 2. And Icup had them shoot 3 additional times. Which is really bad. Normally you can just fix that by like just shooting your hook shot at them, and when they both twirl around, then they'll immediately just start phase 2.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, they seem glitched, I'm gonna shoot my hook shot. That's my
Yeah,
level of them.
Falcon, that's been on stream for like 2 hours now. I've had it there for a while. Alright. Icup on his way to Ganon's castle. I guess it has been up there long enough. We'll bring back Banjo's eyes. Banjo can stare at y'all. Alright, and I think at this point we'll call the slash prediction.
For light arrows.
For who was gonna win, the one that we did at the beginning, so. Oh my god, once you choose the outcome, viewers who have chosen the correct outcome will be awarded 39,296 channel points.
That's a lot of points.
That is a lot of channel points. That is a lot of channel points. That is a lot of channel points.
That's how gambling
Yeah,
works.
I mean
Falcon.
it's not like playing odds. Like
I thought it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was like if more people chose one option, you would get less.
Yeah. I think that's what a lot of people thought too, but
No,
yeah, it seems like the popular vote is the one that that being said, I'm not advertising anything with these 1 channel points.
Let's see what you can do with 39.3.
Being given 39,000 channel points is a lot of channel points. Like
you can advertise 2 products.
Yeah. Like I have 22,000 channel points just from doing nothing, so it's like, Alright. Icup. He's going up the slope. Yeah, I need to have people like submit to me a bunch of stuff or a bunch of things to put towards channel points.
Alright, here we go. Spirit. Yep. That's where they were.
I wonder if LordFluffy's gonna continuously check stuff. I mean, he has the keys to continue or to finish the dungeon, but he's still checking stuff, it looks like, so I guess I answered my own question right there. Ooh. And Icup misses. Or Ganondorf misses, I guess.
That's one way to think of it. You're gonna get a 1 cycle.
Probably not with spams like that. Yeah, Icup doesn't time, he just spams the sword. Icup's gotta stop moving when he's on the platform. He's just running away from the ball at that point. There we go.
I usually like to long shot the pillar and then just walk up.
Yeah.
And then just let go of the stick.
I just use hover boots.
Yeah.
Bongo Bongo looks really hot when you time it right, too.
Also looks really hot when you use ice arrows.
Yeah, the hand
I didn't even know
smacking
that was
the
a
other
thing
hand.
until people were memeing about it. And
I didn't either, to be honest. I think the first time I ever saw someone shoot an ice arrow at Bongo's hand was during a rando race. And then when he started smacking off the ice, I was like, wow, that's actually a thing.
Yeah.
I guess
They
it's in the
actually
lore now
programmed
that you're
in and
supposed to do Shadow Temple last.
really weird because I think GTG was the one thing I never really did as a kid.
Yeah. I did it like once, but I never did it after that because I was like, the ice arrows are just useless. Like, what are these even for? Where were light
They're
arrows?
in
Light arrows are
spirit.
in Spirit Temple boss key chest. Alrighty, Icup has picked up his Master Sword. He's only got like a minute and a half left. Or less. Probably less.
It's looking like a high 311.
Yeah.
So 311 depends on how fast these stabs go.
Stab faster. Uh-oh. Alright.
Bad Ganons can cost you. I remember the last time I did a weekly, Icup beat me like by like 8 seconds.
Oh, yikes.
It's just like,
Yeah. I mean,
dang, if I would have gotten like a 1-cycle Ganondorf, I could have won.
alright. The final stab is happening. And bam! 31110.
Want me to go into
Yes,
Fluffy's
please.
channel?
Ba-dum. I'll quickly drag Icup in here. Hello, Icup.
Hello, GDO.
What a fun seed that was to watch. Congratulations on your first place victory.
Thank you. That was definitely an interesting seed.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be pretty close early on,